duck and cover coup of Iran.
I don't know if I like the duck coup, but maybe.
And if not, D-style, I kind of like it. I'd probably go Thailand, Chile, Venezuela, Angola.
So the problem with the duck coup is that if we follow that up with D-stall, after they'll have played into Malaysia, and then we have to put two D-stall ups into Thailand, which I would want to try and avoid. So I'd be more inclined to do a special relationship coup on Iran, and then duck coup Malaysia to drop DEFCON. That's my personal opinion.
I'd be okay with that.
The interesting thing, the risky thing with the duck coup, though, is that it has a lot of upside, because if it goes well and we actually get presence with Middle East scoring, unless they... Well, yeah.
I like the D-stall headline, but I'm also we could headline Romanian. It's not worth the. I could see a good argument of it's not worth the risk, and yeah.
And what's your follow-up to Romanian for action one?
But probably special coup on Iran, or just special into it. Yeah, probably special coup into Iran to just drop DEFCON.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do too.
All right, interesting. I'll go with that then. I definitely would probably coup on action round one just to even save the victory point, but I'm fine with that.
So I just don't. So if we duck coup and we de-stall, then we're in an awkward situation because we have to put two into Thailand at DEFCON 3, which means we're going to be very hesitant about putting one to Venezuela or Brazil. So it's one Chile and one South Africa, basically. So it's just like, to me, it's not great.
Okay, special.
I'm game.
I would special.
Perfect. And then if they
Good roll.
counter coup,
Yeah. I guess my thinking is this: just that they're going to go to Malaysia anyways. So the only difference is now we're going to be doing probably a late D style, and then either we're in the same position or they'll already have Thailand.
Well, again, if they go into Malaysia, my opinion is we duck and cover coup it. We give up the 2 VP for a 66% chance.
All right. I don't like that because we can't leave Iran at 1. That's too important to duck and cover Malaysia.
True, because we can't give them the final coup on that.
We can take Pakistan safely, like they don't have Indo-Pak.
Yeah.
So
you
could
duck and cover Pakistan, Iran, or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you could duck and cover Pak Iran and
give up Thailand,
and then just use your D-stall. Like you're gonna get Pakistan, India, like no matter what, if you do that plan.
Yeah.
And just use your D-style in Americas, Africa, whatever.
The thing is, like, even if you get one, like with D-style, even if you only put one into Thailand, you still have decall, you still have Vietnam revolts. It takes a lot of ops from them on turn 1 to secure Thailand and keep
the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to take it anyway. So
you have to also be of the opinion or be of mind that you can't win every battle. You can't have the whole board. So what can you get most efficiently and at minimal risk? And like snapping up Pakistan is a no risk play, right? So as opposed to cooping Malaysia, which could pay off, but it could also fuck you. So,
so I think Pakistan. Iran?
I mean, what are the ops? What is the percentages on Malaysia? One.
But it's just I would be so against cooing Malaysia with Iran as it is, because that's such an easy counter coup, and then that gives them Pakistan corridor.
I agree. Yeah, I say duck into.
Pak Iran. Yeah,
I like it. And realistically, we need Middle East presence no matter what. So.
And I mean, they'll probably coup back because they've got no mill ops.
Makes sense. But if they do, at least we already have Pakistan, so then we can choose.
If they coup now, then we'll de-style into Thailand.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they'll coup now, though. I don't think that'll happen.
This gives
I
them a tough decision as opposed to us a tough, By the way, I'm card counting. I don't know if anyone else is, but
Oh, you are? I forgot to. I told David that I would, and then I totally forgot to do it.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get anything out of Middle East. It's going to be a little awkward on when to drop it.
I don't think we will. I don't think we'll
I
get
don't
anything.
think we will.
They might, if they play into Thailand right now, I might Indo-Pak coup Egypt just to see what happens.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. Because
but-
otherwise, I'm almost tempted to drop it so that they're less likely to go into Libya.
Like, if they
and
coup us,
Nasser might get us.
I would destall. If they take Thailand, I would coup their Egypt. I don't really see... I mean, those are pretty much the biggest options in terms of the way,
I will counter with...
They're going to take both. Yeah. Well, then I wouldn't coup Egypt. I'd coup Libya, but still, it probably won't pay off.
I say we just drop it, to be honest.
Middle East?
Yeah.
So if we drop Middle East, the only downside is we give up mil-ops points. It's not the end of the world, obviously, but...
I mean, I don't think we can fight their domination.
Well, it wouldn't be fighting... Oh, yeah, okay, if they get Lebanon after. Well, yeah, we'd put 2 into Iraq.
Yeah, I can't see them...
Literally all of our ops.
I can't see them... Unless our coup goes completely bad, I can't see them also snapping up Lebanon and Israel
True.
over our Iran.
Yeah, but we'll end up with 0 ops left, right? Because we'd have to coup with Indo-Pak, ops into Iraq if it doesn't go well, and then Middle East.
And trying to get space.
Yeah.
I also think that if we're going to destall this turn, we can also just not destall this turn and hold it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to point out that a 2 ops coup is not particularly inefficient. It's almost completely efficient. It's random, but it's not a bad play.
It's just
I like Panama more because if we get Panama, we could destall into south without having to cover up Venezuela.
I mean, so I would like Panama if we didn't have Middle East scoring.
You know what? I could see doing Panama even with having Middle East scoring, because I don't think they're going to... They might get a point over us. I don't think they're going to get domination over us.
Yeah, I think if we ward...
We coup, they take Lebanon, we then have to play Korean War into Iraq.
And then if they put 3 into Israel...
Then let's say they don't put anything into Israel, but it gives them 2 back-to-back action rounds basically, where either they'll get first shot at space, or once we've played Korean War, they'll take South Korea, and then we're not going to be able to over-prep.
Yes, that sounds really bad, but you've also got 2 VP from Milops because they took none, and potentially stolen Panama, so there's an upside.
Yeah, so the thing is we can't do everything, so we have to just decide what we want to prioritize, right? Like, I'm also happy to just space here.
I'd probably drop it and then either coup or space.
I would definitely coup Panama now that I think about it, because access and Milops denial, I mean, that's the access alone could easily pay out.
Okay, Indo-Pak coup?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're going to coup, we should, because all we have to do is clear them out to win this one.
Well, so it is.
So it is. I would assume they're going to space here, and if they don't...
No, they'll grab Lebanon.
They have to grab Lebanon here.
So then I say we space first.
Yep, makes sense. It's a trade-off, right?
Yeah. So... destall...
The nice thing is if we get defectors, destall is a pretty great headline as well.
Yeah.
So they used US-Japan. Korean War is pretty powerful. I'd rather keep Korean and use destall. We've got the DEFCON down.
We're going to need Korean to fill up Iraq.
Yeah.
But so if we so then we're not. Yeah. Ugh, any card but NORAD.
Especially if they
But
played
NORAD.
Marshall.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not giving up NORAD. I am vehemently against it.
With 5-year plan and duck out, like China's not insane.
So space?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we just space first. So I agree China's not insane.
Well, we can't now because we got a Korean into Iraq, and then now the downside of this is like probably going to lose South Korea and potentially India as well.
Well, that's why I'm thinking if we did China. Oh, well. So if we did China here, we'd go to Iraq, to India. It's not great.
If you could get both, then yes.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, I agree. And they still haven't overprotected Thailand, and because they walked into Zaire,
The annoying thing, if they have a 3-op, if I was them, I would fill up Israel, I think.
So would I. It's completely protected with 3 adjacent.
But if we can leave them hanging with just one in Angola, I'm pretty fine with that too.
I mean, if they want to put all their eggs into the Middle East for the 3 points, then so be it.
Oh, they're pretty well set up for Asia, depending on.
No, I understand that.
I mean, they need to get Thailand up to at least one more. They need to step into Zaire. I don't know. There's still stuff that they should do this turn, right? They want to step into Burma. Dang, Marshall and Europe scoring is the dream. I mean, they might also need a space, right? Like, they might be kind of out of playable.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of red cards. They had a pretty power set on the first turns.
Yeah, the only red card played this turn are Korean and Romanian. Yeah, they might be tempted to take up South Korea before they take up Israel.
Yeah, a lot of the Europe attack cards are very playable right now, though. So. Like, even if their best card was Socialist, they could put Socialist all in Israel without much of a problem.
Yeah, but then France becomes very susceptible to De Gaulle.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but I mean, Europe's already scored. I don't know if you really care that much about that. If it's like meaning you're getting the Middle East domination.
I'd imagine they would rather have held defectors, so I wonder what the hell they have in their hand.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. All right, I don't know.
Still.
So I really like putting 2 in Yugoslavia. Now, since we have D-stall and Europe's already scored, I don't know if it's nearly as important, but
I'm fine with it.
We can also like do that or something.
Just because independent rights isn't out, I say Austria.
Yeah, I mean, but we already have the Romanian. I guess we're going to dump Romanian with D-stall, so that's fine. Yeah, leave it like that.
If we didn't have D-style, my default is almost always put 2 in Yugo, but with how it's set up right now, I think we'll probably be clearing it.
And realistically, we could headline D-stall with impunity here.
Yep.
I'm assuming they're going to go 2 South Korea, 1 Burma, but I'm curious if they're going to try a Cameroon walk.
I think we're really going to struggle to get Asia Dom. So
unless if we draw a D-call and we can headline it, then it's no problem. Flip Thailand with China, break Angola, Zaire.
Yeah,
Yep.
it will be. It will be tough. It's definitely not likely, but I guess there are paths still.
I mean, it's just we have to draw decall turn 2. That's all
Yep.
it is.
Which they might be holding. Because they did throw out decall.
Well, yeah, they did. They did play defectors, which kind of
Sorry,
implies-
defect. Yeah, sorry, they did play defectors, so they're holding something, and it's not D-stall. So,
But honestly, I don't know. I find holding decall such a risk. Like if they get
It is,
purge,
yeah.
if we get purge blockade combo.
Yep, South Korea, Burma.
Oh, decall.
All right.
well, I don't see anything else to headline.
No, I think that's an auto headline. And pray. Oh, they might have held purge.
They could.
Striker's good enough. Striker would do something like that.
Well, if they purge us, then
We'll figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah, we can still adjust our decall.
Yeah. But well, decall has to be the headline.
Not a ton of ops. It's annoying for us to get all the red.
Yeah, I mean, there's De Gaulle and Socialists they could have.
Yeah, there's still 3-4 ups. So.
Oh, that's a weak headline. Oh, close. Close. So I think Indonesia. Oh, yeah. Well, Indonesia, once we flip Thailand, gives us domination, right? So, like, that makes them hesitant to coup.
So then Algeria or one of the ones.
Sorry, this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they can't coup without us. I would do one of theirs.
Yeah, I think I would do Angola.
Now the only downside is we flip Thailand, they can take it back by placing, but then we get to coup.
And we have access to
Zaire.
South Africa.
Yeah. Okay. And with that.
I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
So we're probably
Like-
holding CNS and maybe Fidel, depending if we Fidel or D-style, depending on.
I
where
think we
get
should have an opportunity to de-stall this turn. Maybe. Actually, who knows?
I guess it just depends how hard we fight for the Asia, right? Like if they block it
Yeah.
with ops right now, I think we're cooing and then we're just not getting the dom.
Yeah, if they go India, I think I'd just take the coup.
Same, 100%.
Because the coup is worth a
more
4 point.
likely-
The coup is
they're
a
probably gonna go
4
like
VP swing.
Angola. They probably go like Angola and a Southeast Asian or non-battleground to block the domination. Well, depends how many ops they have.
Yeah, the coup is worth 4 VP.
Yeah, I definitely think they're not going to coup, and I think we should take it with C5.
Interesting if they are flush with ops would be if they go Angola, take a Southeast Asian battleground, and then Colombia. But pretty risky if you don't know where D-style is.
I mean, we could counter that by hypothetically de-stalling into Vietnam if they only do one Southeast Asian. Right? Like you do 2 Venezuela, 1 Vietnam, 1 Chile, and it's still the coup versus Asia Dom. I don't think they're gonna walk into
I'm not sure I followed what
if they
tangent we're on right now. Why would we? Whatever.
if they blocked Asia and walked into Colombia, but blocked Asia by only taking one Southeast Asian country. Like,
Okay.
they're not.
Yeah.
I just don't think they would be doing that.
Yeah, I don't think this is a likely line of play. It's possible, but
Yeah, there aren't.
I-
There's not a ton of ops necessarily. I mean, I don't think they have containment because that would headline over. Them.
well, they don't have Red Scare. They don't have
They don't
containment.
think they have Red Scare,
So there's just NTB.
and they could have UN in like a 3-op. But depending
Yeah.
where blockade is, UN might not be that useful.
So the only, knowing that they probably don't have purge or containment, then it's only NTB
NATO.
and
NATO,
NATO.
yeah.
Oh, fuck, NATO. Goddamn, we should draw some 4-ops, guys.
Yeah, and Comic Con's a pretty free 3-op as
Free
well.
3-op. Yeah, that's true.
But they could have like a crap hand. It could be Promotion, Independence, CIA, Truman, Blockade, UN. Like, there's a lot of ones and twos out there.
That is true.
They are really chatting on this one.
Good. So, use up the time early is always a good thing. The killer in these is if you get to headline peak and you can do it early, it just eats up the time so quick.
Yeah.
Weird. Take the coup.
You,
Take the coup.
Yeah, we're not going to win on country count now, so just take the coup.
Yeah.
think Zaire.
I like Zaire.
now, are we guaranteeing it with a 3-op or are we going
No.
with Cambridge?
Cambridge.
If we don't have something really important to do, I'm okay with guaranteeing it. I can't stand a miss coup, and it's useful to have extra ops and extra influence.
I like being able to use Suez to either cover up D-stall or to defend Asia, and we have to put more ops into Thailand and Pakistan.
Okay, fine. Cambridge. We are a little op short, so.
Why I ask, because it happens to me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, people are like, "Oh, you got to be ops efficient, yada yada." Don't, man.
I mean, the reason it happens to me a lot is because I do it a lot. So,
I don't know. I think because we gave up China, like there's a lot of things we have to overprotect this turn one way or another.
yeah. And, like, yeah, I don't know if we will end up destalling.
I mean, worst case, if we'd had 5 influence in Zaire, we could have used it for diesel.
So, are we opsing Nasser and putting it into the mid-war?
I'm
Or are we
fine
going
with
to
that.
against it and set up Middle East Dom ahead of Sadat?
I'm fine with bringing it into the mid-war.
I'm always torn. I do like it both ways, because it's kind of a weird thing of...
Do we just dumping Asia now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Austria? Yeah, just, like, dump
If
Asia.
we're...
So I think my vote is we destall next, and it's Venezuela, Chile, Algeria, and then I'm happy to go a little aggressive in Central into Panama or Mexico.
I mean, I like Panama in some ways just because it makes realigns less likely.
I'm fine with Panama.
And then you have one there as well if you coup later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Mexico kind of accomplishes the same, but it's a little less pressing.
Another option is instead of Mexico, Cuba, and then use Fidel to fill it and leave Fidel in the deck.
Eh.
I don't love that just because if it's in the deck, if they draw it, it's a free card.
Yeah.
If Cuba's already filled.
Meh. It just makes it so that they won't realign it until they do that,
Yeah,
though.
it is interesting. You get it as a backup. I mean, all regions scored. I'm pretty okay with Algeria, Venezuela, Chile,
Panama.
Panama, or Mexico. I think even Algeria's, well, you can realign Algeria as well, but
I think we should move into Algeria.
Yeah.
there is the only problem is if we destyle now, we have 4 ops to shore up South America, 1 into Pakistan, 1 into Thailand.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all we
not
need.
very much for like if they jam anything, we have no response. It leaves South America still pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
guess
think
it's
that's.
fine.
I mean, you have to remember, we're not going to take Panama and Algeria, right? Like they're going to cover at least one of them.
Be like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is just to force ops out. This is just to force their hand and make them play reactively. There's no way we could do everything with the ops we have in this hand, no matter what. So that's kind of my opinion. Like the main ones we just need 3 ops between Pakistan, Thailand, and Venezuela is how I see it. And if we get Algeria out of it, all the better. But at least we have something there to threaten France for.
The discard pile's at 17 and 5.
Yep.
Okay.
North Korea is also a pretty good jam for them. Like they can jam and then take it with the China card.
Yeah. Yeah. We could overprotect that also. And that would be our 4 of the 3 Asian battlegrounds in Venezuela. Or we just play Fidel for the ops so that we have 5 and hope we draw it. No, but we want Nasser in the deck. Ugh. Fuck. We're so ops poor.
I'm just really hoping they don't have nuclear test ban. If they don't have nuclear test ban, then they probably can't really make that many threats because there's just not that many ops left in the deck.
Yeah, I mean they've had all the three ops, red 3 ops, and all the 4s so far that we've seen. That turn 1 hand is a thing of like dreams.
Yeah, it's a strong one. So it is interesting. They did have the defectors that they could have.
They might.
I don't.
Blockade.
I don't think Striker's the kind of player who usually does that kind of like tricksy stuff. He likes the value, right? Like Marshall's so value, but it is interesting because when you have Europe, it's way less risky because you know that they're not going to head
and you could defect and then Marshall T1 depending.
Yeah.
Or AR1.
It's kind of interesting. Early Vietnam.
Okay,
They're
so
running a juice. I think Algeria just became a lot more tempting.
Yeah, and then Thailand.
Panama. Nasser into Thailand.
Not Algeria?
Oh yeah, no. I agree.
Because then you can get your Vietnam to do something for you.
Algeria, Venezuela, and Pakistan.
Yeah, so hit back. So it's Algeria, Venezuela, Pakistan, and let Nasser put 2 ops into Thailand in case there's a colonial rear guards or some bullshit like that. You're oped up.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean, if they gave up Vietnam, they're either.
Yeah, and if they shove us now, then obviously it'd be stupid to shove Thailand after they gave us Vietnam.
No, I think they'll poke North Korea. I would have to assume.
Like I realize we're not gaining a lot by doing that extra, but we want extra in Thailand.
It's good. It's a good point.
Protects from an ABM.
Algeria is a very nice pickup. I wasn't expecting to get it.
I wasn't expecting to pick up Algeria either. But if they gave a 2-turn, I mean, they're probably also looking at Southeast Asia and be like, what are they really going to do?
Man, whoever gets, if one player gets Red Scare and NTB next turn, that's going to be a.
Instead of Thailand, we could put Philippines.
Yeah, like we could one Thailand, one Philippines.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, instead of double Thailand.
Or Japan access? We don't have China.
No, just for Southeast Asia scoring country count. I don't know, whatever. It's just we have one extra op there.
Yeah, it's more aggressive. Why not?
I mean, so 2 Thailand or 1 Philippines Thailand?
I'm fine with Philippines if you guys want it.
gives us adjacency to Japan, which isn't nothing.
It's not nothing. I agree.
Okay.
So either they held NTB for their last AR to make a mess of everything, or they're running out of playable cards.
Well, Arab-Israeli war is not that dangerous, so everything else is playable.
Yeah, I have to assume.
There's no other red cards. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, great if they have like Truman or UN.
Well, then they wouldn't have blocked. I don't know. They must be doing something on their last turn. I can't imagine that they ran out of steam and gave us Vietnam early.
But that might mean to me they have like UN or another one-op. Because otherwise I feel like you would have waited for Vietnam for your last AR if you have a 2-op.
I just can't see Stryker leaving that like 2 2s and a 1 for his last 3 ARs.
Well, all of these were important though, right? Like, they blocked Asia Dom, they took India.
It's true.
They didn't have a lot of wiggle room there.
Would you play Vietnam early to protect Panama?
I think so, because look
I
at the
think so.
board. I don't think they're that worried about the Vietnam bonus, right? Like, we're not getting a ton of value out of that. If we had had we had just like Arab-Israeli war and stuff, then yeah, sure, like I'm gonna flip Laos maybe, or like maybe I'll do other stuff with it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just not. With South America empty, it's kind of hard to justify playing ops into Southeast Asia.
So my fear is they walk into Colombia, they purge us, and then they start jamming Venezuela.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oof.
Oof. So they have purge, they have containment, and we are going to have to give up CIA.
Well, let's hope they.
So they have Truman,
Containment,
Formosan, Containment, Red Scare.
They might contain and hold purge, which would be just absolutely brutal.
Well, and even like, or if they have like duck and cover redraw, right? Like that's a pretty auto headline.
Yeah.
Probably just Fidel. Unless you want to fight for France, but I don't think we'll win if they have either Red Scare or Containment headline.
Yeah,
So I don't see anything better to headline than Fidel.
I like CNS more in it. Event Fidel later in the turn.
I disagree because
if
the
we're gonna
first space is easier than the second space.
Second space.
Now, I mean, I kind of think NORAD might be our hold card though, especially if you end up getting like Quagmire turn 4. It can be a pretty sweet hold card, but it depends. Like getting out of one small step territory is valuable.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to event Fidel, so it's just kind of like get it out of the way.
agree.
The only thing that'll screw us is if they defector it, but I mean...
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, yeah. And the CIA... Yeah. Fidel makes sense. And then with the CIA op, assuming that they coup, we can place into Haiti or Nicaragua and either protect Cuba or get mill ops that way. instead of eventing AI war.
All right, CIA it is.
I think we have to, but that's
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a necessary shitty situation. I'm at least glad we got nuclear test ban. It would have been absolutely brutal if they got that as well.
yeah.
We might want to. Okay, what are we doing with the one? Sorry.
My vote is either Nicaragua, Haiti, or Brazil,
I think my vote's
or
North Korea.
or North Korea.
I was thinking North Korea. I was trying to see if you had a better idea than North Korea, but that's what I want.
I
Okay.
think it's like Venezuela sucks for real lines, but that's Asia Dom.
Yeah. Hey, the mid-war, it's going to turn around for us in the mid-war.
At least we can get our mill ops with Arab.
Optimistic words of a USSR player.
Well, it can't go much worse is basically what I'm saying.
No, there's lots of game left for sure. I mean, while the deck's blue in mid-war, the USSR can have, like, Gunta is so powerful. Lib Theo can be so powerful. Like, there's so many crazy combos that the USSR can get as well.
Nasser's still in the deck, so maybe it comes out post Sadat, and we're going to pick up Egypt for the game. I don't know, like
the timing really changes a lot.
Yeah.
I am always torn because, like, it would also be really nice to essentially have Middle East domination right now. Like, it's a coin toss whether Nasser will come up before Middle East, right? Like,
yeah, but
so we space NORAD and CNS this turn and hold. I don't know.
I mean, I kind of do like spacing NORAD just because it isn't affected by Red Scare.
I think the first thing we need to do is play into Brazil to protect from realigns.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like one Brazil, one Argentina, I'd be super happy with De Gaulle. Also, I'm not crazy about just giving up our 1-2 op, so I'm also okay with like independent reds into Brazil.
I feel like they're trying to think of.
I would go independent reds into Brazil because if they want to realign us out of Chile or whatever, I mean, we have ways back in. Well, one way back in.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I'd sooner realign Cuba than I'd go Chile. Or Algeria, for that matter, and then just, have Africa control.
Kind of.
Oh, man, that's
Figure either they'll take Israel or they'll jam Algeria. There's not, with Asia overprotected, there's not a lot of opportunity for them right now to take advantage of Purge.
Yeah, Algeria's pretty fragile to realign right now, actually, and it's pretty important.
Yeah. If I was them, I think I'd go for realigns. Algeria, Chile, Venezuela, or Algeria, Cuba, Chile. Like, realign all turn if you want. There's so many good options. We're not going to be able to repair anything under Purge. Like, there's so much value to it.
There is maybe an argument for eventing De Gaulle. It's more ops efficient than playing it, and it gives us adjacency to Algeria.
Yeah.
I kind of like leaving it in the deck, but under the Purge, it might be worthwhile.
Oof.
Oof.
So do we one Argentina?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's one up, and if we get realigned of Chile and Cuba, we're fucked. Oh, it's just so fucking.
They walk Colombia, I think we coup it. I
I
sort of
don't-
assume they'll do it on their last action round, but
I don't know. They got better things to do than walk Colombia and give us. I mean, I'd rather, if I'm under red scare, I'd rather be cooing one op countries than struggling to place ops in places.
Same. So we just space next. I'm also not opposed to holding NORAD in hopes that we get an early quag.
Yeah, but there's a 66% chance that spacing NORAD gets us 2 points.
yeah, I think I might prefer spacing. I do like holding NORAD into the mid war, but under red scare and with CNS, I think it might take a balance. But depending if we if we don't get time to do it, then it becomes a hold card. But with this hand, I suspect if they pick battles, we're just not going to be able to do anything against it. Oof.
Christ.
I think
Just
that's
space.
So either we go Saudi or we space.
You know what? I could see doing Saudi.
Yeah.
I mean, we can still play AI just to get the 2 VP, but
Yeah. So if we go Saudi, we definitely don't have the ops to go 3 and 2 in southern half of South America, which leaves us pretty weak to a whole shit ton of cards.
yeah, no, I'd De Gaulle into both of them.
But it's still not enough, that's the thing, right? Like to go 3-2.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe more inclined to space and shore up South America, protect it from VOA.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's the right choice, but that's what I'm thinking.
They have 3
Okay,
unknown-
so the way I see it, Arab is 1 op for 2 points to event it. Even though it gets us nothing else, it's 1 op for 2 points.
Oh yeah, it's probably
we're
it's being evented.
that's evented for sure.
Okay,
But
so
I'd rather wait on it until we.
yeah, I
either
know.
vote
We don't
Saudi
need
or
to do it
space.
now. You'd rather risk Middle East scoring to go 3 and 2 in South America instead of 3 and 1. I'd just go 3 and 1, and then you're safe from VOA.
But then we can't. But we can't event AI war, go 3-1, take Saudi,
You can-
and get TVP on space.
You could hold CNS.
At that point, why not just at that point? Because of one small step, I don't know. I feel like if we're going to do it, we should get all the way.
Okay, well,
All right, then risk the Middle East scoring. There's only a 50. Like,
Yeah,
they only had 4 cards, so.
I like both ways. It's a risk either way.
All right, so take the risk. So space. Don't Arab-Israeli war until later in case they try and walk something. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. CNS.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, yeah, it's 3 points. That obviously sucks, but the protection in South America is also potentially a lot of points. Like, even them having it, it still is not necessarily like.
I
the
say
right
we NTB Chile Argentina here.
Now they already do have a mill op, and a Columbia walk's pretty obvious. So the alternative would be eventing AI War now, and then using
No, 'cause
NTP to fill up Uruguay and Argentina.
if they'll go Colombia once we have mill ops. So if we do this, it
Well,
at
if
least
we go
forces-
Colombia, once we have mill ops, we can coup it with De Gaulle.
But then that leaves the southern half of South America at 1-1.
Yeah, but we'll have potentially ops in Colombia. Well, I'm fine with the way. The problem is that right now
I don't
AI
see a
War
better.
is
I don't see
obligation.
which way is even better. They're really similar to me, and they both just come down to random chance in what they decide to do. They're pretty equivalent in terms of quality, though.
So they're gonna do the Columbia walk either way. Right now they're doing it action round 7, where we don't have a response, or action round 6. So I don't necessarily hate if they do it early and we get to coup it.
Okay.
Especially since, well, I don't know. Like I don't know. I can see it either way, but having AI War sucks when they know we have AI War.
You know what? I would play NTB first.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want like that?
Yep. Can you show me what was played this turn?
And like, I don't know, Colombia, they're going to want to go Colombia, Guatemala, and pick up one.
They
in
still have
Africa.
Truman and containment.
Yep.
What is the discard pile at? 7?
Yeah.
I'm guessing they'll just close off Mexico here with Truman.
Sorry, show me the cards one more time. And removed? Yeah, we're good. 7 and 11. Okay. Okay, so they got Truman, containment, and one other thing.
That CIA was pretty painful actually.
Yeah. Slash us are.
Ooh, Indo Pack.
Ooh.
Good.
Yep.
So close.
I mean, this could be good because it does force them to probably use containment if they want to do everything, or
No, they'll
They
walk
could
Truman.
right. But then that also means they don't set up an Africa domination. They don't set up Central America domination. They could only make one threat on the board instead of 3.
I might Saharan states is a pretty strong play for them. I might take that over like Guatemala.
Yeah, all I'm saying is there's a lot of threats they can make with 3 ops on the board right now, and if they hold containment and only make one threat, it's easier for us to deal with.
Yeah, like the Middle East. Okay, obviously it's not great, but take those 3 ops away from Israel. I think you'd have a hard time convincing me that you're not going to get as much value in like Mexico, Colombia, Saharan states, Guatemala. Like they have so many places to play to. Well, not ideal.
But it's playable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'd like to hold 5-year plan for, but this seems playable, right? Like we UN bear trap, we space VOA.
Yeah, and then we're
We
just last action rounding 5-year plan.
Yeah.
I mean, Gaul and Suez sort of seem like our only options for headline. Suez is well, whatever, they're both kind of equivalent.
I mean, Suez, if you take it out of UK, then they have to put one somewhere.
Yeah, they both block domination is the thing.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to block it in the Middle East.
No, like they both block Europe dom. So if,
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I just don't know if we're going to fight for France when we're down everywhere else. I obviously want our coup, so...
I feel like I'd prefer to keep De Gaulle in the deck.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
In case for the late war. So I'd say we should event Suez.
really, Interesting. I lean towards de Gaulle just because it breaks France. So if they like steal the coup or they Cuban Missile Crisis or something, there are scenarios where we'd play into France.
True. Yeah, you're right. And we do have the ops.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm convinced. I didn't even think about them stealing the coup. Okay.
Huh.
That's an
Interesting.
interesting card to
Yeah.
pull. Because they have to return that, right? Or they just
They give up
play
France.
I don't know. If I'm them, I might coup Argentina.
with Suez.
No, I'd
up
give back
France?
Suez.
And give up France or give back Suez, either one.
I'd give up.
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably just give it back.
For what, one extra ops efficiency?
Yeah. Well, no, to cut the hand.
Yeah. But
Like
CIA's out of the
cutting
deck.
uses are-
I mean, CIA's out of the deck. Grain sales is out of the deck. Red Scare is out of the deck. Well, you're not going to kill us.
Well, no, but look at our hand. Like, cutting our hand makes our hand much worse.
Yeah, but they're giving us a free event of Suez, so we're basically getting a bonus turn.
Yeah, I mean, if they give us Suez, we have France. I just can't see them doing that. I could see them cutting our hand and putting 2 in.
Yeah, no, like they're giving us a free event of Suez for 1 extra op on their coup. That's all they get out of it, and cutting our hand, which is really, yeah. I mean, wouldn't even think about this. I'd give it back. Especially, well, I mean, if France was at 5, fine, but if France at 3-1,
No, you just can't coup with Suez here. Like, to me, the only option is to put 3 into France with Suez.
and we walk France.
Do you want to op war France, or do you want to just take Zaire?
Well, we have 2 4-ops. So we do
you know,
have
I
lots of
will
ops, but-
opt for France, and then if we get down to we're struggling for ops and they're getting ahead, then maybe we use our 3 ops in Zaire or something like that. I would
Okay.
start with France, though. If they reply with the China card, we're on a roll.
Now that they have mill ops and we don't, Uruguay is quite powerful as well, especially before they go to Colombia.
Yeah,
Well, they're probably not going to go to Colombia since they have mill ops, but like they might have Panama, they might have Puppet. But I'm happy to ops war France for now.
So the thing is, if they respond with a 4,
Even if there's one 4, we have another 4. We have
I would, if
3.
they hit 4, I
We
would
have
do 4
3.
again. I don't think Muslim is worth more than
Now
France
the Middle
Okay.
East
right now.
is scored, so.
okay.
For me, it's the difference between. I mean, I definitely like 1. I think I can see
might-
a place where we do like 2 Uruguay, 2 France, and maybe we let them retake France, but then we get Brazil and maybe Venezuela out of it.
I kind of like that, actually. Because they would still need a 4 to do Colombia and take France. And if not, we can coup Colombia. I don't know. I'm like kind of on board with that.
Put the 4 in France to start.
Yeah, don't mind 1 to start, but the
Okay.
downside right now is like Argentina is still very vulnerable to like brush war or ABM or something like that, and Uruguay helps offset that.
I guess the question just is how many 4s have they redrawn?
Well, they have China, but if we get China out of
By
it,
the way, they completely wasted grain sales, so, you know, that's nice.
yeah, it's nice to.
That's something.
Better.
Yeah. That's definitely something.
The only
I mean,
4s in the deck
Oh,
right
it's
now
definitely
are
dangerous.
NATO, ABM, and we will bury you.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it might be that they have to respond with China.
Exactly. I mean, you could just play ABM for ops. Be shitty, but you could do it. And considering it wouldn't even secure France, I'd probably start with China.
I would probably, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know what?
Argentina. Yeah.
If they, because there are so few 4s and we will bury you doesn't even work for them, if they respond with China to France, putting 3 into France and 1 into Uruguay might also be an option.
I would do 2 and 2 because that gets France to even, which means we could take it with 3 ups if they whiff on the Uruguay. And the Uruguay is stronger if... Yeah, okay, so we just got France. Done.
Yeah, I mean, we just.
I mean, here's, like,
Just take
for
it.
example, right now 3 and 1. They can't.
No, just take
France
it.
with China.
Just take it.
No, because I
They can come back with
yeah.
China and we're out of 4 ups. Just take it.
Just take it.
But
And-
if they come back with a 4, we still have a 3.
No.
We're still one
But-
ahead of them,
But,
and
so,
we know
but
they
here
don't have a 4
here's the
up.
thing. After that 4, they might just say whatever. We've lost France anyway. Let's coup Uruguay, and if they get in there, then
And then we have a 3 up coup back, and we get mill ops.
We can mill ups after we have France. We can walk Uruguay next turn. There's no reason
Yeah.
to...
But the thing is, this way we can get both.
I don't think we're gonna
No,
get both.
because you know they're going to queue Uruguay. It's not even a question for them. They're going to
Yeah,
queue
yeah,
Uruguay.
Uruguay, they can coup Uruguay, they can miss. They can get it,
But-
and then we coup back and we get it. And now they're not ahead, right? Like,
But you're going to walk it with 1 when you could walk it with 3 or something like that next turn. Just take France.
My vote's France on this, David. I'm sorry. I don't.
Why would you do a weak walk if you could do a strong walk a turn later and have France secure?
Because we basically know they don't have a 4 op,
I know,
and there's a good chance you get both.
but I don't want to give up the dice on like them taking a big 3 up coup on Uruguay.
Right now, the
with one
only
in
way.
there.
Right now, the only way we get Vene in Brazil or either of them, yeah, like now we don't get it, right? Whereas if we walked, we'd have them.
Touche.
There's so many cards that get them in there.
I still think it was the right choice. I don't know. I think we flip Zaire and make with Suez or UN Bear Trap here and flip Zaire.
You and Bear Trap. Flip it.
So why
Or
why
just
rush
Suez.
to UN?
Okay, just Suez then.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
They know we have Suez, so may as well use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Right, and by puppeting, they gave up Zaire instead of us. Like, I don't know. There's,
Well, I mean, they might be able to flip it back, but
yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons to the tempo of the board right now. Like, I don't think it's that bad.
Probably just space.
well, yeah. As soon as we get a break to space, I think we take it.
Yeah, like if they fill up the top half of South here. And we do have to overprotect France.
Truman's in the discard at least, but yes, we should.
How far are we from Europe control? Just one country? Just, yeah.
Well, they can block down pretty easy though,
I know.
because they're on the back of Marshall. Socialist though helps. All right, space
I think space.
Space.
or like Summit Zaire. They're probably not going to flip it since they didn't there, but
Yeah, and we could flip it back if they want to do it. I guess there's no rush to space, but I would just space. Get the momentum.
pretty good. Colonial was like there's a lot of bad blue twos, but with Grain and VOA out, it's so much less scary.
So I kind of think here Summit Zaire, and then we play for Botswana and South Africa.
Interesting.
I'm happy with Summit Zaire.
I was going to say something about overprotecting Thailand. One more for Colonial, which is a bit wasteful, but they just kind of played Southeast Asia scoring, which makes it less urgent. I think we should try and earn our mill up somehow. Maybe surrounding South Africa, Botswana.
Yeah. What about So they have some problems. What about 2 Botswana, 1 Colombia?
Yep, I like that.
What is that?
Or we could just race South Africa.
Yeah, or
Maybe we just give up the 2 points and just race South Africa because it'll give us surrounding Angola or whatever it is,
So
and the third
are
country in
we-
Africa.
Are we overprotecting France?
I think we do that on the last AR.
Because if so, then I kind of would want to do that.
No. I would dump 3 South Africa, and then probably last AR France. So yeah.
Well, I mean, this way at least we either get mill ops or we get +1 realigns.
I don't know why I'd go for realign if I can just walk into South Africa and that's the third country.
I guess the main thing is to try and get the mill ops. So the question is, what do we value more right now? 2 VP, 2 maybe VP, or South Africa?
Yeah.
Because they might let us realign and then coup on the last day.
If they give us South Africa, we'll realign Angola.
I like this.
This is better.
Because if we do that and they let us realign, then they just could coup on their last AR to have adjacency, and then they'll get in. Most likely. I think this makes sense. What do we do with the extra op from 5-year plan?
Botswana? Yeah, maybe we don't have any.
Oh, they had a 3.
Yeah, just shove South Africa.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. Because if they don't answer, we could South African unrest them maybe or something.
I'm at 22 and 14 for Dex. Can you show me? Okay.
3 and 14.
Can you show me the cards again? Muslim flower to go.
UN Bear Trap.
I got Bear Trap.
Honestly, considering where we were at
Okay,
the start of this
I'm at
turn,
So it's one of the discards. Show me the discard pile.
Did you get UN and Bear Trap? In both headlines?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
I actually feel like we improved our board position this turn.
Oh yeah, we did. Especially since Grain and VOA went out this turn with no consequence.
Rain, VOA, Bear Trap, Shuttle's gone for...
Can you show me the red cards? Somehow I missed Suez. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, and all it's going to take is if we draw a Junta or Brush here, and so what was that, C5
Cambridge and Korea.
C5 and
Not
Korean?
the worst.
That's it? C5 Korean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We got ABM. Hopefully they don't fuck us up with...
ABM, though.
Yeah, missiles.
Missiles.
Brutal, because NATO's the only
Missiles.
blue for.
Yeah, missile's so brutal. I think we have to headline ABM.
This is actually really rough with Duck and Alliance. I have to hold one. Well, sorry, we
No,
don't.
we
have
don't.
the
I got
headline.
Salt.
We get to see their headlines, so we know if this is
true.
coming.
That can make Lib Theo with Duck very strong. Is there anything that makes... Does anything value of Salt to DEFCON 5? And then we could drop it with Duck and 2, but pick something up that makes it worth it?
I don't know, especially because they have China, so...
I mean, I might get ABM. That might be the best thing to pull out.
like mid-turn.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
so,
if we're way ahead on mill ops, maybe AR7 or something like that.
so basically, what I'm thinking right now is, if we headline Salt, we could double drop the DEFCON with Duck. They do get the last coup, but we also then have ABM.
Just like we don't have a ton of scoring opportunities, and I don't want the VP track to get away from us. Like giving up 3 is.
Well, no, we give up 1 because we salt to DEFCON 5.
Salting first.
I mean, yeah, just for the ops efficiency of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Or headline Portuguese. Mm.
The downside of it is like headlining Salt, you use a 3-op card, so
Yeah, as opposed to just eventing something you were going to event anyways, like Portuguese.
yeah, there's some downside to it. Well, I'd say probably Libteo or ABM. Portuguese, we may not event.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I would lib Theo.
Let's see what they do. I mean, also like Europe is also a perfectly acceptable headline. I don't think we're getting domination.
I mean, we could
want to do it with ABM.
Yeah, we could just ABM
Yeah, we could.
and then leave it at DEFCON 4 and see what they do.
Maybe? I don't know. That's like a firm maybe from me.
Yeah, it's pretty desperate play. It's 6. I mean, we'd get 6 VP out of it instead of 1, so it's a 5 VP play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it costs all 4 ops.
So, like, Lib Theo and...
That causes some problems.
Whoa, what do you want to do about that one? Do you want to give up Asia?
What? I mean, so...
I mean, we play ABM. Unfortunately, we really can't cancel that out because we don't know where it's going.
Exactly. The fact
Right,
that
so
they get to play
that's
after.
why I don't actually kind of like it. What I'm thinking is if we Lib Theo and break Thailand and Mexico, it makes Alliance more palatable, and then we could repair, and that forces probably them to repair.
What are
as
the
well.
salt options again?
Now it's like, does salt look good right now?
Red Scare. I don't know. I don't think there's really a silver bullet. I'm kind of into the idea of Lib Theo and then an alliance coup into South America, because if
And give up
they
Asia?
if they take Asia, then they've given up Central America, and like
I don't think we need to do a coup into South with ABM. Let's coup into South with ABM.
no, not
No,
with
with
ABM,
Alliance.
With Alliance.
So you break Mexico and Panama, and hopefully break a third one with Alliance coup.
Alliance.
So they only get one.
And then we're giving up Asia for the game. I like repairing
Potentially getting, well, presumably getting like Panama, Venezuela out of it or something like that. So it's a trade. We're definitely getting something if they take Asia.
Yeah, my thing is more, I don't see how we protect Asia, right? Like we would have to use ABM. We'd have to use it all into Asia.
Well,
And
so here's
even
the thing,
then, we there's no way we can protect Asia with ABM, right? Like we'd have to play ops on our AR1.
well, I mean, again, I'm thinking we headline. I still think we'd headline Lib Theo, break Mexico, Panama, repair with Alliance, and then either it forces their whole AR to flip an Asian battleground, and then we could take Mexico and pressure Panama further with Salt, and we can ABM into South. So that's kind of like my train of thought here.
Do we even have enough to do that and protect Asia? Because they have China, so we have to overprotect both Pakistan and Thailand, and Korea can't get broken.
So the way I see it is we're giving up one Asian battleground,
But that's all they need.
but they can't repair Mexico. if we
But
do.
then,
if we
but
do
then, why not just go? If we're going to lose Asia, why not go all in and try to get like South America out of it as well, or something? Right?
because then they'll be able to flip and repair Central with a 4.
Okay, so they're going to use Surrey, almost certainly Thailand, Pakistan, which will put it at like +1 for us, right? So it'll be 3 ops away from flipping, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to take Panama and poke Mexico, right? We're going to coup Venezuela. Maybe it goes great, maybe it doesn't. But we are 2 ops from taking Panama, and so with the 3 op, we could take Panama and, I don't know, South Africa, and they could at best take, Pakistan and repair Mexico, and then we repair the other one, and we end up in a situation where we've traded one battleground for one battleground. I don't see a better way out of it. And then we might come out more ahead with the Venezuela coup or not.
Okay.
Like, to be clear, I don't enjoy this situation.
No, I don't see a better line of play, though.
But I kind of think that's the way I would go. It's brutal because Ask Not can just fuck us, right? Like, if they have Asia and they get to Ask Not a way that the Americas, there's really no way for us to get VPs, but I think it's a series just such a great headline for them, regardless if they have Asia or not, and I'm just not that confident we would block the Dom, even if we really try.
No, we can't. The most we can do is force them to give us the China card, which isn't that big a deal if they've already played Usuri.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
and if they have cultural, like, Nixon's still in the deck, they want to play China anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So, do your alliance coup. Good luck.
Wash off.
No. The problem is we needed at least access, so they don't even have to protect it.
They might not repair it, and then we could coup it back with ABM to get in.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. This is annoying because we have so many places we want to play ops. This is brutal.
So, should we just salt into Panama and South Africa, or no? We need to take back Thailand or something like that. No, they're going to leave us Pakistan, I presume.
Yeah.
They might actually take it as well with China, but enjoy. By the way, the only 4-op they could possibly have is NATO or China. Actually, I forgot to mention that. Because we will bury you is not helpful. UN's out.
I think we are really hoping they don't play a gutsy missile envy. There's so few 4-ops in Duck in.
Well, Duck is in.
Very risky.
Yeah.
See them doing that.
They would. I mean, they're in a winning position.
Yeah, I would. If they're in a winning position, I would definitely not do it. Also, in hindsight, I think we should have cooed Brazil since we have Panama.
Oh, they do have NATO. So I guess we salt Panama and I guess Pakistan.
Yeah.
They might China it, whatever.
Well, now I think it's why bother?
Yeah, why bother?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why? They got their battleground. I could see Cuba realigns here. The problem is we don't have great coup cards to counter the Haiti-Nicaragua coup war.
Do you want a coup? Do you want a Portuguese into South Africa?
I want to start handling just like spacing. Well, we can't space Duck until we play ABM.
No.
And so I think it's ABM or Europe next.
Also, if they have Africa, they would be dumping it now, I assume.
I'm just wondering if they're going to race us for South Africa.
I mean, if they're gonna race us for South Africa, then we ABM Angola, perhaps, for the guarantee. I think if they're gonna dump all those,
So I think we Portuguese. Yeah.
yeah, which means we'll probably
ABM Angola. Yeah, I'd rather have Africa than screw around with South America.
And like maybe South America if we roll a one. Like, for all we know, we roll a 1 or a 2. At least that gets us Angola, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna just take Botswana here. Yeah, I think ABM coup Angola here.
Do it up.
Not Europe or space.
No,
But we have two obligations.
They're gonna realign us.
We're gonna get realigned, and we're gonna lose.
Plus, we do have. Yeah, if we space, then they can steal ABM.
David.
I still got my playoff luck on me.
Stop rolling 1s and 2s. This is like fucking Cesar's 3rd playoff game. Holy shit.
Can you show me the cards? 32-17. I'm missing a removed card. What is it? Usuri? No.
Puppets? Omits?
No.
They need to stop getting the free 3s.
Base or score?
I think score. Because Duck can be held if we need to.
God damn, that's annoying. Ugh.
Show me the turn play again, one more time. Still missing 1 discard. And 1 removed. What the fuck? Alright, let me just look through it and see what I... no.
Argentina is so vulnerable to brush war. I mean, I guess Panama is
Sorry,
too.
alliances I missed, and...
NATO?
No, I got that. So it's a discard I'm missing. Yeah, just show me the discard pile while we're waiting.
Oh, what if it was C5 or Korean War from Omit?
I got both of those. Summit UN, Indo-Pac, Olympic Games, Salt. Okay, show me the red cards.
Hoping Sadat comes before Nasser. Like, it's going to be annoying if not. That Nasser ended up biting us with the Middle East.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, scoring hard timing of this game is so much.
Yeah, it's you choose your gamble. So, like, if you lose your gamble, it doesn't make it the wrong decision.
I got it. Europe scoring. So I was caught up. It's just, yeah, I didn't whatever.
I mean, why wouldn't they realign us?
Yep.
I mean, a +1 realigns not without risk. Like, they got a lot to lose there as well.
I would Allende coup Botswana. Oh, they're going to influence it first.
Okay, now we just space.
I would.
We've. You want it?
Well, so I do like the idea of racing the space race track because the discard is so valuable.
Yeah.
My only thought against it is this is such strong missile envy protection when the only 4-op left is we will bury you.
I would space, but I wouldn't space yet.
Well, no, I feel like Guatemala is a very strong AR7 play with 1-up with a.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. If we're gonna space, I think I'd like to do it now.
Okay, just do it.
It also might bait missile envy if Duck's it.
That'd be great.
Trade it for a 2-op. Here's your Panama. Give us 2-ops back.
Yeah. We'll gladly take that. Plus, if like.
Well, we might actually end this turn at 0 score.
So maybe Guatemala doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think
I would
Mexico...
coup Botswana.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no, we don't want a Guatemala. That gives them no ops.
Maybe coup Botswana to just hope that we break the country.
Yeah, and it's perfectly op sufficient with the 1-op. So why not?
Yeah.
And it breaks scoring.
I mean, yeah, okay. I don't have a like.
No, not Panama. Not Panama.
Oh yeah, Algeria's a pretty good break for them. Pakistan's a pretty good break for them.
Yeah, they can take Pakistan if they want.
I'm not like if we coup Botswana, we're not likely to get it necessarily, right?
But
If we don't get it, all they need to do is, well, I guess all they need to do is take South Africa for Dom. All right.
Brings
We're
out the
moving
big
up.
roll finally.
The rolls only go up from here, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the one is either Guatemala to force them to not take Africa Dom, but then we lose the mill ops.
Yeah, the mill ops it's not worth it. Like a 6 there, I think would have been actively bad, letting them coup Botswana back.
Yeah, I think a 4 or 5 is. Oh, you know, like that's not nothing.
All right.
Oh,
Just big.
Junta's huge.
Well, South America's gone, so you want to into Mexico?
Yeah.
Wait before we commit to something like that.
Well, we get to see their headline.
True.
Nixon needs to go pretty quick.
Yeah. So if we quag and they fail one roll, we could take Mexico and Angola. Assuming that we roll a 2 in Angola. So I don't necessarily know if I trust David.
It is a risky proposition, I won't lie. It would delay Nixon a turn, which isn't the worst thing, obviously. Well, sorry, not if you're quagging. And I don't like banking on a failure from quag.
Sorry, is containment not in the discard? Have they been holding containment since turn 3?
I believe so, yeah. They have not used containment.
Here's a proposition with this hand. What if we hold Junta?
Mexico is so good though.
I would rather. I'm very much leaning towards holding Ask Not, getting that out at turn 7.
So, if we do that, we lose Africa. Whereas we could we could Junta into Mexico, and then we have to fight all of the Central America coup wars. Guatemala, we have to win that coup war.
We might not lose Africa. We have 3 ops, and they definitely don't have. I mean, we will bury you in China, so we could race.
All right. I mean, I guess the argument for not hunting Mexico is we have arms race. So cooing Angola is also going to activate arms race for us, unless they counter with brush war.
I feel like we could coup Angola and set up Nicaragua and Haiti, and
just settle for Dom instead of control.
But we might be able to pull off 2 Doms.
Yeah.
And then if we hold.
What are we gonna do with the Junta Ria line? Venezuela?
No. We hold Junta and then we take South Africa in turn 7, or South America in turn 7.
Headline Quag?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
So think about if we headline Quag, we coup Angola, and then we put Cuban into Botswana.
Okay, so the red cards left in the deck are Cultural, We Will Bury You, Shea, Brezhnev, Willie, Nasser, and Lone Gunman. And if they containment, They'll probably containment lone gunman if they get the chance.
Yeah.
And Nasser equally is also a good play. I mean, they'll probably be mostly throwing out our cards, but yeah, I mean, if we containment or Quagmire, we'll definitely get Africa.
The other option, if we Quagmire too, is could it be worth it to flip back Thailand?
Ooh, that's a.
I guess they still have China, so because we didn't overprotect Pakistan.
Yeah, and you don't know whether they're going to miss their roll until.
Well, they don't need to miss. It would just maybe give up a coup. Like if we Quag, we get 2 action rounds, right?
Look, if they miss 4 Quagmire rolls in a row, we'll go for Thailand.
I think Africa makes the most sense.
Going Thailand?
No. I think Quag and then booing Angola and then taking Botswana puts a lot of pressure on Africa, and then we could work on getting Nicaragua and Haiti. We have Kitchen to have the coup card. We have the Pope. All of those things are good, and we could have 2 doms on the board.
No containment.
That I don't know. That makes it less appealing. Like now, if we Quag, well, no, they can't.
Now we could Quag and we could coup Angola and repair.
Yep.
And threaten Botswana or South Africa. I like Quag. I like Quag a lot.
Go Quag.
I'm curious if they even will break or if they'll Nicaragua, Haiti. Or I could see like 1 Panama, 1 Haiti.
If they get us out, we can junta ourselves back in.
Yeah.
With a junta and coup at the same time, that's a pretty good re-entry.
Are we cooing with Cuban and then playing Nixon?
We're cooing with Cuban. Stop doing small coups.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Queuing with Cuban and then playing Nixon after their roll.
To repair?
Well, yeah, to do something, but before they can play China, just because.
I mean, my vote is the coup with Nixon, but if you guys want to overrule that, I'm very.
Well, the thing is that right now we want 2 in Angola, right? Yeah, they did do Haiti, Panama. Because otherwise they can flip, right? So
yeah.
Even with Cuban, we want a 3, but even a 1 is like not the like
okay.
we can come back from that.
Yeah. Hey, good job. So then Nixon, Nicaragua, and Mexico?
Nicaragua, Panama, yeah.
Panama.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Nicaragua, Panama.
Kitchen being active is annoying.
It's going to...
Oh, no, it's back now.
Yeah.
All right, so they're failing this, right?
Oh, that'd be great.
Yep.
The nice thing is that, like, a lot of the red cards aren't that great to toss. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so how do we junta? Do we get greedy?
Yeah, we could junta and coup Haiti, and then we could
coup Haiti, and then
Mexico
gives us control.
Yeah, we get control of South America. I think that's worth using junta for.
Yeah, I think this is so greedy, but I like it.
So arms race.
Or
Rushmore can still dig him out a bit, but like it uses it up. Yeah, there we go. See, high rolls aren't always great, guys.
Okay, so slow roll. Go John Paul into Mexico.
Yeah.
Or Nixon.
Sorry, yeah, Nixon.
Nixon.
I mean, we could start being greedy and
and stuff.
What?
Going Thailand, but no, just do this.
Yeah.
The problem is that we really don't have the ops to follow up on that threat.
No, we don't, because we want to take South America, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, with Central, but it's just like if we break it and they get out, we have.
And you know what the good thing is? Shea's not even a good card, so they don't have
Yeah, they don't have Willy.
Cultural or
They
Brezhnev.
might have Brezhnev. That's
Yeah.
Okay, they could be saving that. Yeah, right. But they just spaced their own card.
So-
Kitchen.
Yeah, Kitchen.
Or Pope Guatemala Panama, and Kitchen to coup.
Sorry, Poke Guatemala.
Sorry, the Pope to Guatemala and Panama, and then we use Kitchen to counter coup Guatemala. Or do you
I
guys
think
want to make them walk?
I don't love Guatemala because they want a coup.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
so
do that.
I mean,
Kitchen Panama,
they already have
Kitchen
Haiti,
Panama.
but Haiti can be countered with Nicaragua.
True.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see either Brush War or a China Jam. Oh, okay. Well, I forgot that makes sense.
I like spacing Axe Knock because I would like to get to the discard, but I also understand wanting to hold it through the reshuffle.
I don't think either Panama.
I think Panama just to
Get it
get it out and keep our options open.
our options. I kind of
Okay.
agree. I mean, I would like Arms Race is good just for guaranteed VP, but with Central,
No,
wait.
we need the options.
Okay.
you okay, Max?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty crazy to do a realignment war on the 7-5. Obviously, they could do it on the 5-3, but
Yeah, the 5-3 would make more sense. Oh, also,
if they have Central and not Asia, and Asia only comes out in turn 7, and Central gets shuffled back in, we're kind of in the game.
they should have scored. They should score Asia instead of farting around. Like, clearly they know we don't have Central. We would have scored it just now.
Yeah. They also probably know we don't have Asia because we would have just broken and dropped it during the quag.
Yeah, so I want to keep that arms race until the last minute because they could China jam Mexico or something like that. You know, we'd still get Dom, but
So what would you like to do with the Pope?
there's
Yeah.
Asia.
I think we should take the arms race points.
the only downside of Arms Race is they could go for a Missile Envy. Because it's a no-risk Missile Envy.
We could just put the Pope in South America, and if they do nothing, then arms race at the end. Or South Africa, sorry. Put the Pope in South Africa.
I mean, we can also, like, just overprotect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm also fine with South Africa, given that we have Angola, like its board position. I'd also be fine with Saudi Arabia, honestly, because getting some influence into Saudi makes Muslim a lot more potent, and if we lose it, we're losing Middle East.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's a threat.
Yeah. And if we take Saudi,
Can we walk our way to
that
Egypt
comes off
before we
or Nasser.
Nasser?
Yeah, like, are they just holding Sadat? No, they're holding containment.
They're holding containment if they draw Lone Gunman next turn.
Sadat is a kind of comically strong headline for us, depending. Damn it.
Dang.
Yeah, so I think we take Egypt, Nicaragua.
Well, Egypt's not that strong with Sadat coming. If anything, I'd break Libya so we still have adjacency after Sadat.
Okay.
Okay,
what if we
that's not bad.
What if we event Kennedy?
Lone Gunman, Central. I mean,
They
I don't
have
think.
Lone Gunman because they have containment as one card.
Oh, they do have containment, and I don't think they would have.
And I
would have
don't
Lone
think
Gunman,
that's-
it's Central, which would be awful, so no. And then Lone Gunman, Brilly, Brezhnev, and Cultural. But just no. We're talking about like 9 points there.
I just can't see them having Central. Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
no, But then look at their hand.
They had to play all the scoring.
If they had central, containment was not a good headline because they couldn't play We Will Bury You. They had so many scoring cards.
No, they might just be hung.
So I don't know. They definitely could have central, but as tempting as it is to do it, I think since we have another play, we should.
So
just
I guess in that case, I'm of the opinion. So if we go into Nicaragua and then they get it, Cuba's can get realigned. My vote is we just coup Haiti. It's very defensive, but it's 10 points on the board.
Oh, I don't love cooing, because if we go Nicaragua, if they get it, if we draw Central America, that may not help. Like,
yeah, we get to see headline, so we can headline dump.
The Libya break is actually, with Sadat coming, like, in Muslim Revolution and Marine barracks bombing, like, that can give us a lot of play in the late war, having that adjacency to these two.
Access, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, like, I'm not saying it's the best thing, I'm just saying it's definitely...
It's either that or breaking Thailand.
The thing is that Thailand can just be repaired with an op, right? Whereas Libya...
But they're not going to coup... But they would coup...
Libya.
If they coup Nicaragua...
The point of Libya is to get the adjacency for later on, right? It's not to actually take the country.
Okay. I'm good with this then. I was just throwing out an alternative.
I don't know, like, I do totally... Like, Central's still scoring. It's the only region to score, so I can see going all in on that.
All we know is that we pick up lone gunmen and we can coup Haiti or Nicaragua by headlining it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Go. Brush War is still out. Missile Envy is still out.
Brush is very big.
Nuclear Subs is still out.
Subs.
Can you check the cards? I'm at 47-24.
Yep.
Cool. For the shuffle.
Yeah, if we could... I feel like it's Brezhnev here. Yeah, I feel like we should have Kennedy, but...
I definitely agree. Like,
well, they wouldn't be thinking about it if they had scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's the scoring. So yeah, I think Kennedy might have been a good one, but it wasn't without risk, that's for sure.
Listen, there's nothing in the deck worth spacing next turn, so we'll space Kennedy and maybe get 3 VP out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it was like a 1 in 3 that they had South America, it was still a huge amount of risk to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to take some risks when it comes to...
Yeah, we get the headline peak, we got Lone Gunman, we got Central. Let's see what they do.
We got Brush, that's what I like to see. Not happy to see Lone Gunman.
Well,
but...
Gunman's not terrible. Gunman's also a pretty good hold card for turn 8.
Yeah, but when you're going into late war and you're peaking and you have Cultural Revolution and they have gunmen, it is a minefield.
Yes. But they have containment.
We can brush Italy and maybe get Europe. They can missile envy us and they see that we have...
So they have containment, camp, nuclear subs, Latin American death squads, One Small Step, How I Learned, and Missile Envy, and then 2 unknown cards. One Small Step also sucks. We have to be aware of that. If they space and get it, we have to space immediately.
Missile Envy seems like a good headline for them.
Yeah, that would suck. I think we'd actually give them Astronaut.
Yeah, I think we would.
Because their hand, the 7 we know, are all neutral and blue.
Yeah. But there's basically nothing they could do but missile to stop Central scoring for 9, is it? Or 8?
9.
Yeah.
And yeah, if they missile, we'll headline Central and we'll get them Astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else will stop it unless they redrew a card.
So do
We what are we brush mooring?
Italy,
Venezuela?
Italy or South America, one or the other. Or I mean, if you want to go Africa control, that 4-op's very juicy and high probability.
Yeah, but they do have subs.
Fair.
Yeah, subs is pretty good for them, but
They're going to hold
subs-
missile, I think, and because they can see that we have astronaut, and they know that we know that whatever. So they should hold it, and they should hold it all frickin' turn to try and. Well, no, we'll just hold astronaut till the end of the turn too, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
the problem
astronaut.
is that the space issue is that if they get spaced off, then we want to space one small step,
yeah,
which
so
means we should dump
well, it
cultural
means
and
that
brush.
it means that
ASAP.
we can't use cultural until we use brush, basically, because yeah, the spacing will force us.
Yeah, their best
If you're
headline
going-
might be one small step and then spacing.
Yeah, but like honestly, they may not have a space card, right? Like they're
No.
all blue and neutral, so they got two redraws. Yeah, it is. If they'd gotten, well, I'm not going to complain. They failed 2 Quagmire rolls. That was important. But had they gotten Central instead of Asia, this would be looking so different. I'm not sure I've ever seen containment held for this long before.
It's just also, it just besides last hand where they dumped it to Quag, they just haven't had issues.
Yeah, they have.
So
many
if they
times.
containment and then they nuke subs or something like that, but I mean, if they containment and they invent nuke subs, and then so you're not going to event Camp David, you're not going to event one small step or whatever. There's too many events in their hand, so they might just hold containment yet again, I predict, and play something like one small step. I think is probably like a reasonable choice.
But yeah, I mean, one small step or nuclear subs. Nuclear subs is quite strong here with Africa.
Yep.
I mean, if we, so with where Africa is,
Oh, they do it.
It does it.
All right, Central.
I don't see any reason not to.
Let's not fuck around.
Nope. Let's take 9 VP.
So we don't have great coup options. I think Lone Gunman's probably our hold card, right?
I feel like that would be what I'm thinking.
So we're probably cooing with.
I'm okay with a
Portuguese.
weak coup, Portuguese into whatever Africa.
The interesting is that.
What are the probability of getting it into a 4 influence?
Well, not great, but you can wipe him out as well. So the
50% of wipe them out. That would be what I'd pick.
And
Yeah.
it also, like, even if you reduce their influence, it preps a future coup.
Yep.
The question to me is, do you Portuguese or Willie? They actually both have upside to the event.
Willie puts us into War Games territory, and I think
Yeah,
for
no.
that reason alone.
I would event Willie and coup with Portuguese.
Yeah.
We're back
Beautiful.
To it, boys.
The one small downside is they didn't know we had Portuguese in hindsight. They knew we had Willie, but so be it.
Willie's a VP.
They don't know we have Europe.
Yeah.
So we gotta get rid of brush and cultural and space. Although I don't think they're gonna space stuff with. I don't even know if they're gonna one small step when they got containment on the board. Like.
No, well, and as we said, right, they may not even
They're
have
gonna-
a red card. That's a good space.
Yeah,
So-
and they're gonna sub.
Or realign right now.
Yeah, those seem. But realignments.
Now that it's
The problem-
scored, like, if we lose Cuba, we lose Cuba. That is almost inevitable. Like,
And that means
it's so
they
much work
don't
to
want a
protect
one
it.
small. And that means they also don't want a one small step. because we think coup and they'll force them to walk in.
Do you want to go Italy? Do you want to go Venezuela? With
I'm really torn on either one.
I think Venezuela, but
Yeah, I think I lean Venezuela just because Italy, while great, it doesn't actually change the Europe situation. It does, though, protect France from tear down.
yeah.
Okay, that was
we didn't know they
that
had
was an
that.
unknown card.
That was kind of expected. Do you either want to coup Katie with Sadat, or would you like to event Willie here? Or do you want to brush and like start using the threes?
We could just invent cultural.
We can't. Well,
Eventing cultural forces them to respond in Thailand.
so
Yep.
well, yeah. It puts us in a weird position if they still have one unknown card. If that is a red card and they do space it, it puts us in a really bad position with brush war and
fuck it.
stuff.
Let them space it.
And then we'll take Thailand.
We take Thailand. By all means, I'll trade 3 DP for Thailand right now to flip to Asia though.
Yeah, they have to respond to cultural.
Yeah.
And that just delays realignments and nuke subs even more.
Subs, yeah. It just...
And then now we get to event brush because we know they won't do anything dangerous, and then we have our astronaut space whenever we need it.
I like brushing Venezuela, I think, for the sole reason that if we move into Uruguay, it'll fuck up their subs with Brazil by threatening Brazil.
I think
We get their role.
we can't get Europe Dom because we just don't have the ops.
Well, and like the things that get us Europe Dom, like Reformer, still exist.
Well, they have containment, and all we've got is like a Willy, which I'd rather event than play into.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, sorry, we're not going to get Europe Dom this turn, and so since we have the scoring,
We may as well not worry about it. Yeah. So just brush Venezuela,
Oh
or
my god,
now we have to respond to that. Unfortunately.
that's a very strong response to the cultural.
So we have to respond with Willie.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
They also have no way of getting mill ops, except for how I learned.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, they
Oh,
can
yeah,
get 5 with
and-
that, but we'll get brush.
How I
So
learned, yeah, Brush Roar will save us, but okay, we like this with Willie.
yep.
Yeah. No choice.
I mean, they still have like so many ops. They're gonna end up getting stuff. Like if they just start jamming, and they know we have 2 1-ops, right?
So we have their whole hand now, and it's all 2 ops.
I think.
Well, 3 ops.
I think we need to Brush War because then
Yeah.
Asnaut is actually playable for us.
Yep. So Venezuela.
Yep. Brush Venezuela. God.
That would have been good enough for whatever that
Nigeria.
African. That's the thing I don't like about Brush War. It's like it's not 100%, and sometimes it's just better to take the 3 influence when you need it.
Yeah, I've actually played it for influence quite a few times. It's just like the battleground.
It's like a
is
50-50, right? It's
so
like 50
strong.
good and 50 useless. So yeah.
But very
I mean,
strong
we're
when you
about
get
to
it.
just lose Africa, so.
Yeah, I mean it's not anything we
Or-
can do with it, unfortunately.
Or
Sadat coup Botswana or shove something.
What do we?
I mean,
I
we're
mean,
gonna
unless we're
lose
gonna
it
shove
no
with
matter
Asnaut.
I
We
prefer to try and
can
get
play
space.
Asnaut. We know all 4 of their cards. They're all 2 ops.
Yeah, I personally think that getting to space and getting us into War Games territory is more valuable. Personal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, we could also like.
And then let them missile us after.
Why don't you Sadat? We got a realignment risk. No, we got a realignment risk. Let's protect Cuba realignments. Sadat into.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
that-
it's a secondary.
Thing is, when we give up Sadat, Middle East is now their domination.
Yeah, but they're going to realign us in Zaire or whatever it is in Africa, and they're going to realign us in Cuba. So let's protect Cuba against realignment.
Yeah. brush war.
Nope. Comes and goes.
Oh, comes and goes. Wait, but this does. I mean,
There was a real risk there. That's what they were planning, and we just didn't see it.
I agree that they were looking for the secondary.
I mean, they still have like
they,
Mexico.
yeah, they have 3 ops. They're going to realign both of those countries easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, now they're just going to coup Angola.
That's fine. It's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now they know our hand. I don't know. Like I can definitely see spacing, but I can also see like taking Saudi Arabia to block the Middle East.
You know, 3 free ops is 3 ops. I could go either way. What's the probability on the space?
50-50.
50-50. I mean, it is 1-3, so I think it's leaning towards us.
Leaning.
You know, I would take Saudi Arabia. I you know, we 50-50 on brush. How did that pan out?
So then Saudi, Poland to protect from solidarity.
I mean, I absolutely do. Like, I don't love the board, so I do definitely get trying to race into war games position.
Fair enough, yeah.
But like,
We don't actually have any scorings left for us.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, there's as much chance that we get war games as there is that they get Middle East. So.
Yeah, I mean, war games might be the only way we win because there's no scorings for us.
I mean, it just really depends. Like, Africa could come out turn 10 after we've gotten like 2 coups. Asia might not ever come out. Middle East is very flippable if like Muslim comes out or Marine barracks.
Yeah.
Like even South America, right? We get junta again. South America is now ours.
Nah, sorry, I didn't mean to be so negative. What I kind of meant was, if we don't get the VP from spacing, we're probably not going to get the VP anywhere else for war games unless it's like an OPEC or a lucky. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess my thought is that we need to draw war games, and if we draw war games and we don't take Middle East, we also need them to not draw Middle East. Whereas if we take Middle East now and we draw war games, we still have the chance to space something else.
Yeah, just take Saudi. And then either Pakistan or Poland.
I think Poland has a lot more value right now from solidarity.
I mean, I'd even maybe toss one into Syria, so that if we get Muslim or Marine barracks, we're set up for a Dom. Okay, now we space.
Yeah, because now they're fighting us for it.
Not complaining about those little
I'll take the
ones
3
now.
points. Yep.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
The 3?
One.
Okay, 1. Use up the ones. Fine. I got so many of damn things.
Gunman is also a great, like a good hold card.
I wonder if they'll.
They're gonna hold missile.
So that. No, I wonder
You
if
know
they
what?
event missile here to take gunmen.
Yeah, that's not horrible because it also makes us start with missile, which is quite strong.
Yeah,
I think that would be the play if I was them.
I think that's what I would do. Being able to
They're-
flying gunmen.
Would they still get
so strong.
2? They'd still get 2 ops out of the lone
Yeah.
gunman.
Yeah. So they're losing 1 op, but they're getting rid of gunmen and they're forcing us
Well,
to start.
they're losing 1 op and giving us 1 op, although at the expense of an event.
Well, yeah, they're giving us 1 op, quote unquote, but I think the fact that you're forcing missile envy action round 1 and you're taking gunmen away as a
Gunmen
event
is
like
so
that's
strong.
yeah,
for an
that's
8.
to me
Knowing
this
their
is
hand,
like a no-brainer. Wow.
yeah.
Nope.
I think that was
Argentina,
oh, okay, nuclear subs.
Well-
That's fair.
if they're gonna roll 6s.
Yeah, I would have rather done that with gunmen.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
not a good hand.
I do the rolls, but I'm not the one in charge of the cards, so that's on one of you.
Let's see what
Well,
they
we're
do,
gonna
but
headline-
let's Indo-Pac India if we can.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna headline gunmen. We don't have headline peak anymore.
Oh, we lost it. Yeah.
So annoying, they got a 6 to overprotect Argentina.
Yep.
All right, headline gunman.
Let's at least know what we're dealing with.
They still have missiles.
Iron Lady doesn't even give us frickin' South America. Damn it.
No,
I know.
yeah, I know, right? Because they got enough to overprotect it. Crazy.
And I guess we're cooing all our stuff in Africa.
Yeah. Hey. So we give them Iron Lady.
Yeah, I guess.
Of course.
Better than duck. Socialist, of course. And
Voice.
yeah, this is not looking good.
But no war games.
And no VPs.
So let's take the,
not a lot of
let's
VPs.
take, yeah, let's take the small victories here, right?
Boys. So we can't let them get arms race off, or we have to try
Yeah.
to prevent that. AVAX is very annoying.
They can't. So either they have to space Aldrich to hold Chernobyl or VOA through, or Chernobyl's probably getting wasted. Or well,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
considering how many ops you'd get out of it, I'd just waste Chernobyl.
So
Yeah.
are we? Do we coup with missile envy? So it's a 2-op.
No, I'd coup with the lone gunman and then missile enemy to shore it up if needed. Because there's only a 1-op difference between the two of them. So I'd coup Zaire and then missile envy if we fall short.
and if we don't fall short, to say Uruguay, and just start trying to create some pressure.
The lone gunman, if you fall short, you cannot coup that up.
Well, I mean, if you tie or come up as a +1, then you go to +2. So it helps on a 3 or a 4 roll. It doesn't help on a 2 or a 1 roll.
I'm fine with it because we're behind.
Basically, there's a
We
66% chance we're
need
going to get it.
Some high rolls, so there we go.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Saudi.
Well, they don't have scoring, but yeah, we could do Saudi.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
where
worth
else
it.
2-ops make sense. Like at least it.
I think Uruguay will make sense at some point.
This at least is like neutralizing a threat, so it might confuse them as to what we have going.
And we have to make sure they don't
That's true.
race
that's
us
true.
in countries because they do have more ops than us. Not that they know it.
So, do you have another 6 in you for IP war?
Yeah, I think so.
You got one more in the tank for
So
the
the
game.
question is, if I have like a 1 and a 6, it's what's the order? Is it space and war, or is it war and space?
War.
Well, you just rolled a 6, so you should space first.
I don't know. Maybe we're like at a craps table and the dice are hot right now, and we're just gonna run with the hot dice.
So what's our
Yeah.
VOA? What's our VOA concern?
Let's just do Cameroon quickly with AI war. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can't get realigned.
I guess the situation where we event AI war is without middle. Okay, see, that was the one. Good thing we didn't do the war.
Well, I said to space. So now we should do
Yeah, but
the war next.
unless they walk back into Cameroon. Formosan is also a huge issue. I
Not
guess-
really.
Well, not really. You're right. Okay, wartime.
I think we
Or
really
next?
Saudi.
I would just repair it. Just for Mosin repair. Or Ortega. Or special.
I was gonna say
No.
our special. Like,
No, don't special. Because they
Not-
could shove
no.
us.
They could shove us. We have a weak hand.
No, they
They
can't
don't know we
shove.
have a weak hand.
They
oh,
have.
okay. They can shove, but Europe scored. Like, I don't know if they're gonna spend.
No, they only have
Europe
3
right
ops to
now.
shove, and we have 2 ops to defend, so they really can't shove.
Okay.
I get that, like, often it makes sense to event it first. I just find with team games, making them do the event and their turn gives you extra time a lot of the time.
Well,
So-
they're more pressed for time than we are, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I do things like that, just because it adds up eventually.
Yeah, but at a certain point, it's just striker makes decisions and people say yes.
Oh yeah, I don't think we're looking at a time victory, but sometimes it gets tight and the decisions can start to back up. I mean,
Well,
I think we respond
Africa.
for Central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Formosan for Africa.
Cameroon, yeah. Africa's still, in that case, very easy to be flipped this game.
Well, yeah, one more country, right?
Yeah. Like, all we have to do is get the coup in turn 9, and Africa's our domination on the board.
I mean,
And they-
VOA is going to destroy us.
We have
You wanna keep
with
cooing?
Ortega, right?
Yeah, we have to.
I
We
almost
can't,
want
we
to
can't.
No, can't.
like I'm
No, that still breaks us.
No, it
But,
breaks it.
But why do we care?
No,
No.
You're
because
scored.
no,
Don't.
don't.
Just
don't.
use Ortega.
Yeah.
Or let it go and just space.
Like Pakistan.
I don't like giving them two.
Syria?
Or no, don't do that. Just coup. Just coup
Zimbabwe
Zimbabwe.
with Ortega. Let's space here. Assuming I don't think they'll coup back.
Considering Indo-Pac's only a 1 in 3, we might need it. So yeah, I would space first.
That's a big
You know, actually, this turn we could have shoved with China into.
The nice thing about China, though, is if we see U.S. Japan, we can use it to take Japan if we want.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and Korean War's still in the deck.
Well, they got Taiwan now, so they've got options.
Yeah, but Korean War is still in the deck.
I mean, fine. Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, space. And now hope that we hold up on the +1 realigns.
I
we're-
kind of think we event into.
What do they
Pax.
still have in their hand?
Voice Aldrich Yuri. So they're playing voice next, and they're holding Aldrich.
Ugh. Okay.
Christ. Okay, just event it.
Yeah, just meant it.
What did I do with Yuri? Yeah. There we go.
Nice. I mean, they're just gonna voice to re-break Asia, but
Yeah, and they'll take one from Chile at least. One from Algeria as well, probably.
now we only have to really. The war games is just sitting there. I don't know. It's very easy for us to dodge 3 scorings right now.
Yeah, I think we have our path, and it's not minimal, but like it can go either way.
We do, if we could do the damage. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just that makes that's a pretty good VOA.
Ooh, this is pretty good.
This is pretty good.
Former is a little too late, but still good, especially to activate Glasnost. Decal's quite strong to take Zaire.
I would say Unta and then do some repairing.
Yep, I also agree with that. That's good. Junta can go into Argentina, probably coup
Yep.
Argentina, and then we will bury you for ops. It leaves Africa as our main liability, but it limits it to 1 liability. They also may
Yep.
not rush to take Zaire, so Decal might be active. Oof,
Ooh.
that is not great.
Yeah, we have to go Argentina here. Solidarity. Okay.
Well, this means we're going to get wrecked in all these places, except for maybe
Well,
Middle East.
I guess it depends if they have a scorecard or not. I
That
mean,
crisis could also be an interesting option.
yep.
Right.
I
Like,
also I think Salt is a hold card in case they play war games. There's a good chance they don't take Zaire here, but we probably will actually need to play ops regardless. I mean, it's almost guaranteed they don't take Zaire. There's too many open things.
wow.
I would.
So 3 Pakistan, 1 Chile.
I would almost be. Well,
yeah.
I guess they might not have played South. I'm just worried of like, okay, if they have ops, can we actually race them for India? Because India's
We have
quite
China.
important right now.
Yeah, we have China.
I mean, the question is if we want to play China, but all right. I mean, I'm definitely hoping this means they just don't have scoring cards.
Did they hold Aldrich?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Latin American debt crisis is quite good if they are holding Aldrich, because it could force them into an awkward position.
I agree.
Interesting.
Decall.
Decall.
Equal.
And Indonesia, South Africa.
No, Thailand.
I like
Thailand.
No. Saharan, because they probably will coup to protect Nigeria, and we can South African and rest in Angola.
I would definitely threaten Thailand.
But do you see what Max is saying? If we go here, they probably are going to coup Cameroon, and then that lets us South African to flip Angola.
I don't think they're going to do anything about Angola.
Well, no, they're not going to do anything about Angola, but they'll probably coup Cameroon to threaten realigns on Zaire and protect Nigeria.
Oh, and then we can protect
South
ourselves.
African and Angola. Yeah.
But
Now, they can then flip
but-
Zaire, but...
I'd still threaten Thailand over South Saharan. So
Problem is we
Cameroon,
kinda-
Zaire.
We kind of need all four for it to be a thing.
Yeah. And we don't need Thailand.
Yeah, we don't...
Right?
Thailand doesn't actually really
like
get
if
us
we-
anything.
Well,
They're still
Taiwan
not
is in play.
dominating. Yeah, but they have... Even if they take Taiwan, if we get India, they have to take Japan as well. Which, like, they can do.
Okay, if you
but I'm
guys-
just saying it's an investment, right?
Vote me,
so-
then fine.
It's costly for them. And realistically, right now, Asia's even and Africa's not, and we need to stay in war games range. So I think this makes a lot of sense.
And knowing we don't have a space card.
Annoying, we don't have a coup card.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry. There's a number of annoying things, but...
I think Salt pokes Argentina and takes India.
they do protect it.
They do protect it.
So we could either protect Zaire and take India, or we could reformer so that Glasnost is activated.
I like that. I would reformer, take the two countries, and overprotect Poland.
Because this also protects Austria from Truman.
And it lets us play
Well,
Truman.
Yeah,
Like,
wait,
I
we don't
gotta
need.
go-
We don't
No,
need
no,
more-
no, no,
Oh,
go
wait,
to-
wait,
We already
wait,
played
wait,
Solidarity.
wait.
That's
Solidarity's gone. Chernobyl's gone. Take Greece.
Take Greece.
and one in France.
No, two in Greece.
The one,
I don't think you
one
need two in
West
France.
Germany. Or even one in Turkey.
I mean, 2 in Greece. They have 1 Turkey,
So
1
just
Canada.
just put them in West Germany. Then they have
Yeah,
to.
I'd rather West Germany.
No, I would
One-
take 2 Austria, 2 Greece, 1 West Germany, and then have Truman free to play. Or, yeah.
Well, the
Don't
West
ta-
Germany, we're assuming they're going to retake it. If they don't, then Truman's no longer.
No, but okay, but why would you leave Greece? That Greece is our getting us Europe dom at the end of the game.
Well, no,
And then-
because they're going to 1-op into Turkey completely neutralizes it. That's fine. It requires an op, so that's fine. But I'd rather overprotect France than. Like, I'm fine with.
Okay, then put West Germany.
Or even like,
or
let's make another op requirement from them, right? Like, I don't know. The thing
or
is
do you
true,
want to
maybe-
control,
maybe-
or do you want to do Zaire because they might have 3 ops that we need to respond to?
I don't think. I think they'll respond.
We can just play South Africa and make them waste some more ops.
South African does require a response.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
Make them keep the momentum. That gives us dom. They definitely have to deal with it, and then they'll be less likely to have ops to take Zaire. So if nothing else, we burn a couple ops off their hand and can reformer now more safely.
I like Salt, poke Argentina, and 1 India, and then debt crisis from there. Because I get the feeling they might want to do something with Aldrich.
I mean, I think we reform this now. I would almost play China and hold Salt. But
I don't think there's any point in holding Salt
or
for war
Salt
games.
the counter Middle East, the Middle East situation. Let's limit how many.
Well, we
things
can't
plays in the
Muslim
war games
and-
range.
We can't Muslim,
Debt
and I don't think
crisis.
that's worth it to hold Salt for war games.
Yeah,
Or
but
debt
so in that case, I'd rather play Salt to even up Middle
Or-
East. For example.
Yes, I would say Zaire, South
But why we
Saudi
have to
and
play Truman
India.
at some point, like, or we're going to event reformer.
Yeah.
Do we not want to event it?
So we event reformer. So I'm thinking we might want to protect Zaire.
I think Zaire first.
Yeah. So Salt into Zaire, India, and
Saudi.
Saudi Arabia. Next turn it's reformer. Turn after that it's Truman. We hold Latin.
And Truman's just we might have we have to coup with Latin then to stay in war games range.
Yeah, we need mill ops. It is
Okay.
annoying because Latin, when we know they're holding Aldrich, is quite strong. But that would have been nice.
Okay, reformer.
Okay, reformer. 1 West Germany, 1 France.
Spain.
Or 1 Spain, 1 France. Let's take the free overprotect on France. We have to
I'd almost do.
regardless.
We could do each, so
No.
teardown's less effective unless they take them. Because right now,
So-
teardown would be even.
We do have to overprotect France in turn 10 then.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
It's
oh,
not
'cause
that-
we have-
that's
Okay,
obvious.
take the free overprotect now. I'd rather have less obligations for turn 10. And
I
if
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is good. Less turn 10 obligations is great.
So they've got 2 obligations in Europe right now. Two influence.
Depending
We
on,
Latin Guatemala or in Africa?
I think it's Botswana.
I think it might be Guatemala.
I think it's Guatemala.
The board is
Oh.
really not bad right now.
Because I think even if they coup in Africa, we'll get the first coup for a battleground in Africa, and then we can protect Zaire that way.
That's true. Okay.
And they didn't bother
Right.
to. Okay.
Oh, that's good because we don't get to use it unless we give up our ops.
Well, that does change things, but those are 4, and I think that's a rough coup.
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
And they don't have anything in Zaire, so you never know. This does make me feel like they're gonna all drink away something.
I stopped
can't
keeping track
be-
of cards, by the way.
I still got it. It can't be a scoring card. Like, what? There's no bad scoring card that's annoying. So, Korean, yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's
Fair
a
enough.
good thing to.
Latin would have been pretty strong in hindsight.
Yeah. Well, they probably just would have not
but then-
discarded.
How far
That's
are we
probably
from
like-
Asia, Dom? How many countries? 2. Like flipping Laos is Dom.
Yeah. I think it's unlikely just because we'd have to do it and they would have to not respond.
Well, no. I mean, China.
Glasnost Asia could do it, I think.
China 3 flips Laos and takes Malaysia.
Or like
Or
Glasnost
Afghanistan.
headline. Glasnost headline AR1 score it.
Come on, more games. No, just a bunch
Not
of scoring.
the hand
No.
we needed.
Shite. Okay, you want to realign them out of Europe and go that way? I'm joking. I don't think that'll work.
Like, Liberation's not even good.
I mean, I guess we red scare them.
Yeah.
Is there any way we're stopping South America realistically?
No,
We're gonna
but we can maybe get Middle East if we red scare and then start shoving.
Or is Middle East most likely just through a coup?
Okay,
if
let's
we
just
try to flip?
purge. We're gonna purge them.
I would still purge
purge
coup Africa if we get the opportunity. Coup Angola.
Yeah. Let's coup.
We need
let's
that.
purge and hope that we could coup Angola to protect Zaire, and that evens out Africa.
Or we
Yes.
headline. No, decal's not even. Or defector's
Look,
not even in the deck.
If we purge them, that the Europe ops that they need start becoming expensive.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we can take we can take Asia now. Pretty.
Yeah,
Brutal.
brutal.
How big do you want a coup? Reagan bombs Libya, liberation, or something serious?
Or is the 4 ops worth 2 VP? Oh no, never mind. We'd have to break South Korea as well.
Yeah, so we have to break South Korea, so we can't use it. We can shove with it later.
Yeah.
We can shove South Korea with China if we want.
Well, if we're gonna show South Korea, I'd rather do it with Cal.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think.
I think Africa for final scoring makes the most sense in saving NTB.
It also saves Zaire.
I think. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the score on the board right now? 9, and then -5, so +4 for us. Europe is +5 for us. Middle East is neutral. Asia we can maybe flip. Africa we can maybe flip. We could come out ahead here, especially if we guarantee an Africa flip, and
what
just
sucks
fight
is-
Asia.
What sucks is South America. That getting scored is going to cause us a lot of problems for sure. I think Angola coup.
It has to go off. If we will lose the game if we don't get it.
But also saving NTB would be valuable. But
Do you think we can do it if we waste NTB now?
Because the only other thing we're going to do with our ops, I would say, is like jam Egypt, right? NTB jamming Egypt, China card jamming Egypt.
No, I don't think we're fighting Middle East. I think we're fighting Asia.
Well,
Yeah.
except we have Middle East scoring.
But Asia's worth twice as much in the end of the game, so it's roughly equal.
I mean, Middle East hypothetically could score twice in our favor.
Right.
they'll
But Asia
support
is
the
worth twice
forward.
as much if you score it once.
True.
Like
Yeah, but
Egypt, like Middle East Dom is
have-
2 VP and Asia Dom is 4. So
Right, but you can score Middle East during the turn, and they can't break that on their last action round. Whereas
Right,
Asia, it's
but
impossible
Asia-
for us to protect.
Well, yeah. So the other problem with Middle East is that it's a good AR7 play without single break for Dom.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth fighting for Middle East. If we can take Asia, that's worth more and easier to take.
I don't see a path with us getting the win here without NTB in hand.
Really?
So that's
Like
kind of
they're
what-
they're
You're-
under purge. They just might not have a very good hand. Like we have a lot of blue cards right now.
My vote is we gamble the Regan on Angola.
Hold on, we have 21 minutes. Let me do some math. Like seriously, we're not going to time them out.
We got a lot of time.
So we're plus 4 in Central America. What is their obligation in Europe? 2 ops, 1 op, right?
Yeah.
If we take Turkey, we guarantee it. Probably. It's a 4-op obligation, which would be a ton.
And they can't double break. Like they can't break anything overprotected. So
Yeah.
East European unrest is still in, but
that's true. So we would have to put 1 in Poland just in case.
well, the problem is it would break Austria as well.
Yeah, but if we take Turkey, then that's not out, right? I mean, do we want to invest 4, or when we could put that 4 in Asia? Yeah, okay, fine. So, but anyways, they have a 1-op obligation in Europe. I'm going to assume.
Wow.
I'm working under the assumption that we NTB Africa, and then I don't see how we lose it. We'll get 1 out of it. So if we NTB Africa, we're getting a point there. I don't think we'll get Dom. We'll get a point. So, worst case on Europe, we go down to a point. Worst case on Africa, we go down to a point. Well, actually, on worst case on Europe, we go down to 0. But still, we'd be up +5.
After we score at South America.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
After we score South.
Okay, so then you can call that 0. That cancels out the South America. So we're still at +3 with China card in hand. We're up in Asia, 1 point and potentially more.
We're
So-
playing China, though.
Okay. I still see a really good options for pulling this off
Yeah, I think
with
the-
an NTB coup that guarantees Africa flip.
Yeah, I think we have to, and it's almost we're gambling on their hand being sort of weak, but I think we're still ahead on the board unless they can make some headway. Like I would see them realigning Chile almost, which would be very
That would probably be
annoying.
their best way towards getting a victory, but they'd have to 1 realign it and 2 invest a lot into getting the control. Well, the control's actually only worth 3 VP or 2 VP actually. Yeah, control's only 2 VP. That's a lot to spend.
Presence is 2. Chile seems very.
What is the probability failure rate on Liberation coup?
I mean, I'd rather Regan coup.
Whatever.
It's a 60%.
No, I mean we would have to.
If we miss this coup, I think
We've lost the game.
lost, right?
I would go
So-
NTB. I would go NTB.
So I don't know. But I do get what Max is saying of like, but maybe it'll come down to this efficiency of will we have that 2 extra ops?
We have so many
just-
places to pressure them.
But we have 2 NTARs as my
Yeah.
like.
We have 2 cards that are unplayable if we coup, and not a lot of other stuff other than NTV.
All right.
Right? Like it's just like.
I mean,
unless
I will
we
grant you
NTB,
if we
have
get it,
5 op.
if we get it, then we'll
have
basically
to
win the game.
Yeah, I think I lean towards NTV and fighting it out, but I think both are absolutely.
We're also going to give up 2 with Cal. I think we're going to shove Korea and Philippines.
No,
I'm
we-
assuming.
Well, we can't if we coup we can't.
Oh right. Oh yeah, that really leaves us op starved then.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it has to be Regan.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was counting Cal as being playable.
Oh yeah, no, Cal's not.
But
Whoa.
what are we actually like gaining with NTB, or are we just using it to
Europe.
defend stuff?
Asia.
It
We're not
walks us in Europe.
I don't think we can gain Asia. We'd have to flip.
No,
one
it's
and
it's
take
our
it.
AR7 play to like do something that's worth like 5 VP swing, and then they barely
There's
can
nothing
respond
you
to
can-
it.
There's nothing you
They-
can do in one action round that gets you Asia that's not counterable with a single break.
Okay,
I
and
mean,
they
we're-
can't.
we're
But
gonna- we're gonna
they
allow
only
that.
have one break because they're under red square, so
Yeah.
they can't double break anything.
And we're
They
gonna
don't have
try and-
VOA. VOA is gone. They can't
We're gonna flip
Star
Lao.
Wars.
I think we're gonna have Asia before the end of the game, before
Yep.
AR7 break, right? Like
China.
we're flipping Lao and we're taking Malaysia, or flipping Lao and taking Afghanistan.
I mean, I would say we
China.
China, Lao, and Philippines or something like that,
No,
or
Afghanistan is-
Afghanistan. Yeah, and
Afghanistan's
then
one
they're
point.
2 countries behind.
Yeah,
Done.
Sure,
And
but
then
they
NTB
take
fights
Japan,
Europe.
and
If they have 3 ops to take Japan and to shove,
they
they'll
don't
be.
need to take it and shove. They just need to take it.
Okay, but then we have NTB to shove on the AR7.
Yeah.
And then so I think it's the coup's region. And
Yeah,
that still means that they have to put 3 ops into Japan. They have to put at least 2 into Europe right now with the board. They want to
But-
break Cuba or Panama on AR7. They want to
But
break
if-
Middle East.
Like, okay, so take 1 second, go back to Alex's math though. If we have Angola and we score South America, we're down 2 VP, but we are up on the board in every single region. Like Central cancels South and gives us an extra 4 VP. And everywhere on the board, we are now neutral or up. So they have 2 VP on us, but they have to do a ton of work
But
to
if they have a 4,
gain
they
ground
could
on the board, and they are under purge. So all we have to do is fight them off, and we're winning on the board.
I mean, they have an easy. They have multiple 3 VP plays for their AR7 if we only have a 2.
Well, we still have China.
I would see them overprotecting Lao like quickly.
And if they want to spend their ops under purge over protecting Lao, I want them to do that all day, every day.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would put the NTB somewhere else, or the China somewhere else.
Like, we can take Philippines and Afghanistan with NTB, and that's 2 countries. We don't have to flip anything.
We could double shove Libya, something like that.
Oh, no, sorry, they have... Yeah, they have 6, so we do need to flip it. It's a 3 difference. Oh, no, yeah, we just need 2. So with NTB alone, we can...
Okay, so what are we debating here? We have to headline something, and
No,
our
we have to
headline.
Coup.
Oh, sorry, we have
action
to.
on 1.
Yeah.
we headline purge.
Okay.
It's
Sorry.
2 with NTB or region.
Okay, let me count it one more time. 9 versus 5 in south and -5 again. So we're at -1. Africa, if we use NTB, puts us at naught. And then we're at not everywhere. But with 3 VP on the board, like on the scoreboard right now. And then we just have to hold and not get broken anywhere.
Which is, they will have more ops than us this turn if we use NTB here.
Well, it's not only just hold and not, like, Central scores for 9, South scores for 5. So they have to do work. Like, they have to counter Central and counter Europe and do something, right? Like, and that's, they have to do that without us gaining ground. Whereas if we coup Angola and we miss, the game is lost, period. So I don't know, like, I guess it
don't
depends if you want to...
necessarily agree with that statement.
If we, I also think it's not necessarily if we still have an NTB in hand, but it will cost us, instead of being +1, we will go -6. It's a 7 op swing.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it for 2 ops, that difference, but I completely understand the argument for it though, and I'm not saying I'm necessarily right. I'm just saying with this board, that's definitely how I would play it. I think is the more guaranteed coup and then fight.
If we go,
The thing I would be scared of is if we coup and they respond by realigning Chile, that would be my disaster. But like, there's nothing. Regan is also vulnerable to that, right? Like, the only
realigning Chile is not actually a lot of VP unless they really invest into it. Like, unless they get if they get stupid lucky with
unless
a
they get
one
lucky.
realignment or something like that, then fair enough, right? But
Like, it's a high value play. They may get nothing out of it. They may get a ton out of it.
as long as
Someone
we
else-
get
someone else
5
makes
ops
decision.
somewhere else, then, well, actually, if they realign us first turn and then they fuck us, then that would be maybe game over. But
Okay, do it with NTB. I don't know if this is the right answer, but
Like, they could have Suez, they can have OPEC, they can have Glasnost, they can have Pershing. All those cards cause them problems.
do it with NTB.
I just don't even know.
I
This is the type of turn I would
saying-
dwell on for a week in an ASIC game.
Like, Regan is 2/3 chance. Like, it is likely
You know what?
to work.
You know what?
I would count every card in the deck.
With the rolls that we've had this game, do it with NTB. That's my opinion right now. Do it with NTB.
There we go.
Oh, thank God.
NTB was right. Okay.
Just because you suck at rolling.
I mean, we've learned today that Africa is resilient.
We
They
needed
are
it. I mean,
powered.
at least we have a chance
They-
now. Because if we'd have flubbed on that, oh man.
Like, we haven't won, but
We are fighting, right? If we'd have messed that, it would have been done.
South. Do we
South.
drop South America?
Yeah, we're not going to repair it, and it's a point that we could get screwed, and we have no urgent obligations. Just drop it.
yeah.
Well, we can't threaten Middle East anymore, so Middle East just dump it.
Well,
Unless they
I have
think-
Middle East, they could have Suez. They could have Marine barracks bombing.
If they have Suez, I think they'll repair Middle East, and because
Yeah.
they'd be better off to let UK get damaged and then
Sure, it gives them
Yeah.
more flexibility, but
No, there's no. Well,
I
that
think it's our
the Marine
approach to
barracks, they
Japan
would-
is there
would
is there a
hurt them,
path
but-
to get Japan.
So, do we also have to overprotect Cuba and Panama here from a break?
If so, we're doing it with liberation.
Yeah.
yeah, just put.
Right?
Yep.
So, that then leaves us 3 ops for unaccounted for this term. Eight?
There we go. Something like it's empty
AWAC,
action
AWAC.
rounds, right?
A1.
Oh, that's right. So if they have Japan, they're setting up for a potential domination.
So we have to flip Lao and take Afghanistan right now. We need the country counts. Right? Like, we have to do that.
Okay, so here's the issue.
Or would we take Philippines? And then if they take Japan, then we could flip and take it.
No, well, we don't have access. Sorry, if they get Afghanistan instead of Philippines, then that's a VP for them. So, but yeah, we're vulnerable to a poke now in Africa.
They are under purge, so it is harder.
No, a last round poke.
So, you mean in Asia?
Sorry, yeah, that's what I don't know what I said, but
Oh, okay, you said Africa.
If they
Yeah,
take
yes,
Japan.
we are. So if it comes down to it,
What if we put
can also
Truman in-
gamble on them
Okay,
having US or not.
what if we put Truman into Japan? If they
I
have
mean,
Japan, if they have
don't
Japan,
like-
they have to play the event, and then we could jam it.
it's either a wasted op or we just take Japan. Like,
I'd
if we're
rather
gonna gamble-
Truman into Africa or coup something.
Like Africa's right now, if we need.
If we
to-
flip one country, we have Africa.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much that's flippable.
We can get a VP by cooing in Central America, if we knock them out of Nicaragua. We can coup South America and ruin their Dom, although we already scored it.
they get Asia,
They get Asia pretty easily by poking.
it goes 5 VP. They have 5 from south. They're now at 12.
Wait,
We're
but
at
if we
10.
if we play China and flip
11.
Laos and Afghanistan, even if they poke, we have country count, right?
No, I don't think so.
No.
They'd still have.
They're up 2 countries right now.
No,
If we
Yeah,
flip,
no,
yeah.
If we flip and
But
take-
we'd still be vulnerable to a poke though, as their last action round.
we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they'd have to take Japan
Okay.
and poke.
Yeah, they'd have to take.
Okay, and if they, so then
I mean, maybe we Middle East.
Yeah, let's dump Middle East, but they might protect Laos, and that would be a lost
guess-
opportunity.
Yeah, taking Middle East, they might take Afghanistan actually, and then that's a VP and a country.
I think it's time to act on Asia with how they played that.
I don't think we need to use the China card then, though. I think we can just take Afghanistan because that's the most valuable country up for grabs.
Can we trade Asia for Europe in any way?
Yeah,
They
I mean,
have-
we jam China
have
into
Canada-
West Germany. We jam China into West Germany as our last AR play.
That's countered for 1 op in Canada.
Oh, that's
Like, Europe is unfortunately very ops inefficient unless we get Pershing.
I mean, for our last AR, we can China. Okay, so like if they take Japan, then we've lost Asia. We could poke West Germany, Spain, and then they would take 2 ops to repair it, which would mean they can't damage anything else
it means we've lost anyway.
if we lose Asia, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
we still
What-
can attack Middle East, right?
I don't think we can attack Middle East, but we can attack Africa and
Well, what do you mean we can't attack Middle East? If we use Regan, we can then jam Libya or Egypt, and like even if they end up taking Asia, we would take Middle East and potentially score it this turn.
So the other thing with Egypt is it does give us access to Sudan, which is a not insignificant. I think we're too vulnerable on this board. I don't think we have the ops.
I don't mind
They-
like Truman to Syria and start and prep a Middle East.
So if we do that, then we're going China to Egypt, and we've agreed on that.
We're running out of time, so we gotta. Honestly, I think it's 2 of 1, half a dozen of the other.
I
a little
would
bit.
maybe do a Truman coup in Africa.
They need mill up, so it's just gonna bait a coup back, and it's gonna be a coup that is good for them.
I like Syria.
Do you want to do Central America? Like I said, it's worth a VP if we knock out their presence.
I like Syria.
Truman,
I like Syria.
yeah, I like
If we
this
could
too.
score Middle East here and in final scoring, that-
Okay. Okay. At the very least, they
think
might
we'll-
fuck up whatever they were planning on the last round with however many mill ups or ops they thought they had.
yeah.
As if we China, and like let's say they repair it with U.S. Japan, that may mean that they then can't take their Asia Dom.
It means they probably can't take Asia Dom and
I
get
guess
no
they would.
op.
I imagine. So
Temporary.
I think their plan is to small ops into Japan if they let us, and if they don't have the opportunity to, then to just poke on the last AR because they can get it either way. So they'll put their spares into Japan up until the last AR.
So if they can't get Japan, yeah, I honestly don't know what the right answer here is.
Well, if
I don't-
If you,
I don't think they would have played
more.
Muslim if they didn't have another 4 up. I think they would have saved Muslim.
Yeah, they did go Afghanistan.
What other fours in the game right now? Like
U.S. Japan.
And, I mean, the
Now,
hand is
where we're sunk is if they also have Asia scoring, but look, at this point, I don't think we can prevent it, right?
I agree. I think we jam China into Egypt. If we could get 3 and then another 3, that's that's something. I think we have
Yeah,
to.
I'm on
Right?
board
Like
with this too.
I think we're on rails now. No choices left.
Well, like we missed our window with Asia. If that's what they have, that's what they have. I don't think we can prevent it. Whereas
they also
this,
have
at
a
least,
they also have a very good hand so far under Purge.
yeah, they got hops.
Like they have a
They
stronger
have to
hand
have a
with
4 ops.
Purge.
There's no way they would have played Muslim for the fun of it.
I agree, and I definitely think they have more ops than we do.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's the case, that's the case, right? Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
GG.
GG. Okay, drop Middle East.
um,
Yeah, just drop Middle East. There's nothing we can do.
Like anything they have has got to be worth 1 op, and we can only poke with 1s. So
Yeah. It just so happens they had an amazing turn 10 hand.
well, I mean, no, they can have Suez. They can have.
that Suez they can
Barracks.
self-repair.
They get slow repair. Yeah, it's
Well, but then it leaves Europe vulnerable.
it's not vulnerable because it puts the UK at 5. We
No,
don't have the
two
op.
2 from Israel, 2 from UK. That gives us Europe dom.
Okay, but it's
But
still
yes,
one
I
up away.
agree. I
If
think
they
we
had
just
Suez, they wouldn't
them
have done
having
that with
Africa
NATO.
as helping South America, like I don't think this hand was winnable, as it's looking.
No.
Unless they have like Pershing and Glasnost and stuff like that.
No, they don't. So yeah, they just had it, and the only way we could have won it is maybe with NTB. But if we had done that, we would have lost anyways. So
Or a gamble on Japan if they don't have US Japan. That might have been reasonable, but like it's gambling on either they have a strong hand or they have Japan. I don't think there's a
I mean,
right or a wrong.
that could have been it. I don't know. I mean, then they would have done something else damaging with NATO at the end of the game. They would have shoved
So they-
Middle East or something like that.
Where does Central go if they break Central?
2,
They drop
3 points.
from 9.
4
Well,
4 points.
Like 4 if they break Cuba, that's 4 points. So I think Liberation's worth it to the event. Well, I mean, okay, Chile is a 3-point break. Cuba's a 4-point
Yeah.
break.
So they have multiple 3-point breaks on the board, right? So let's
Because even Middle East is a
3-point
3-point break.
okay. So let's assume they have South 3, that's 8.
We do have 2 from Mill Ops right now, but
So they have 1 on us in Asia. They have China, that's 2.
I mean, we may
South
just
is-
have to go for real lines.
South is 5. That's 7. The board's 9. The VP track's 9 plus 3 on the break is 12. Against our on the
Oh, they do have Asia, and they didn't take it first. So I think we have to overprotect Pakistan, India, so that they can't break Asia for domination.
I agree.
Because that break is 5, right?
Yeah,
that's,
I agree.
That's their
I agree.
okay. But does that win us the game?
No.
Then we have to be aggressive.
No, it might. Depends what their
If
last
the
they
if the
are.
game if the board goes through right now, how much do we lose
that's
by?
No, we're up. Right now we're up 11 on our countries,
No.
and they have 6. So we're up by 1
No,
because they have the
no.
China card. What do you mean no? Like, that's what the board is. Europe's
Asia's-
1, Africa's 1, Central's 9. That's 11.
11 and they're at.
Asia's 1, South America's 5. That's 6, and they have 3. So they have 9, we have 11, and they have China card. That's 10. So we're up by 1 point. They have to coup if they want mill ops.
But we have to assume that their last AR is worth 3 VP.
I don't know if like they could.
Well, it's
have-
if we defend both Asia countries, that saves us 1 VP over Central America, and then we have to defend Central America to save us a VP over something else.
I mean, so
like
the
we're
thing
putting
is-
2 ops to save 1 VP.
What else? Okay, so what's your plan for
So
2 ops?
because they could either break Cuba for 4, or they could break one of the Asian battlegrounds for 4.
No,
So
in Asia it's 5. It's 4 for the Dom and 1 for the Battleground. The Asia
Okay.
break is their most valuable break. 5 VPs. So 2 ops is 1 VP. That's the best play we have on the board that I can see, other than Hero Realigns.
And we don't have one turn to get Africa, do we?
we'd have to coup and get a 6.
And I mean, Africa's 3. So protecting against a 5 break is more valuable.
Well,
Okay, I agree on the Asia thing right now. So, but in the end,
but we're gonna lose on Middle East. Like, so stop. Unless you protect every country in Middle East and every country in Asia and every country in Central America and every country in South America,
Yes, so
we've lost.
We can't do that. You have to bank on them having a bad card in their hand and not being able to do as much damage as they need to repair. But like, the only other way that gets us the VPs needed to win is Hero Realigns.
Or a
We
coup in
only have
Africa.
30, so
A
no,
coup-
that gets us a coup in Africa gets us 3 VPs at max. This is 5 VPs. The 5 VPs is
Like-
more valuable
I think the coup in Africa is the AR7 play.
because they have to coup. So we coup in Africa, they just coup Saharan states. They get their mill ops and they undo Africa.
Yeah,
Okay. It's just okay. It's done. I mean, because protecting Asia is like only one better than protecting Cuba or protecting, and
Yeah.
then on top of
But
that,
that's-
Japan is available.
But that's the point, is that it is one better, right? Like
they can't. I don't think they have another 4 up to take Japan.
they may have US Japan. Well, I don't think so though, because they would have evented US Japan
Yeah,
and then scored
I
Asia.
think I think they've given up on Japan.
Yeah.
I don't
so,
think they have the ops to take Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if the best play is poke West Germany now, because if they don't have a 4-ops to do whatever they need to do.
If they don't coup, I think we poke West Germany.
No, even if they do coup, we're still up 1, right?
Well, if they coup, then maybe we coup back and see if we can.
No. If they coup, are we up 1 point?
Right now we have 11,
On the-
and they have 6, and the China card. So it's 11 points for us, 10 points for them. We're up by 1, and we have the mill op situation.
Yeah, so-
it's very unlikely.
No, if they coup, we're still up by a point.
Well,
and
they
the-
also have to-
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
we
they have
poke
to
West
coup with
Germany,
3.
and then
Yeah,
and West Germany's worth 5. And unless
Yeah.
they can repair and poke,
And
And
do something.
poke.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. I think West Germany's the play.
Oh yeah, that's true. They might not have a 4 left.
so that's why I don't think dumping in Asia was worthwhile when we could have.
No, Asia. I think dumping in Asia does make sense because they would just break Asia instead of going with West Germany. Like, you know what I mean? They could.
But that would still lose in the game. It'd be 5 for 5. What I'm saying is we could have maybe enticed them to do something else. We could have cooed in
So
Guatemala
maybe the best-
or cooed for because cooing in
No, I don't
Guatemala
think
is a
it's
point.
I think maybe what we should have done is we should have poked West Germany, and then we should have poked Europe again, and then they either couldn't get their mill ops, right? Like they would then
Yeah.
be forced to not get their mill ops. But like we also have a minute on the clock, and no one suggested
Yeah.
that. So
That would have been good.
yeah, there we
They
go.
just have to waste EU.
EU would have wrecked that.
Okay, so poke Germany, and I think we're okay unless they have a 4-ops, which they probably do because they had NATO. Or
they may not, but I think that is
that is our only play.
That's the only.
Yeah. I mean, if they just use EU to coup, that
They've got to have at least.
they have to have something.
I don't know. The way they used NATO, they've got to have another 4-op. Why would you
NATO
play
was
your
the
only
one
4-op early in the turn? Or sorry, Muslim. They played Muslim as well. Pull up the cards. They played 2 4-ops already.
Yeah, I mean they had a good hand.
They must have another. Like it's just.
But if they use EU to coup, like
Well,
oh my god.
there's only so much you can do. Like.
There's nothing we were gonna do against that. in
No,
the
like
end.
they got so many 4-ops.
I don't.
This game.
Yeah, even if we had denied them the coup, we still would have lost by a point. So if we'd have poked West Germany, and then they had repaired it with Or they would have just invented EEU.
They would just would have invented EU. I mean, if they get two 4-ops instead of 3-4, like,
Or just like switch South America and Africa scoring, right? Like them dumping Africa for domination in the headline, that alone was the difference of the game, right? Like, or us don't get South America. Like that last hand was tough. I'm kind of surprised we had it as close as it was.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing we had Red
first.
Scare. I don't know. Could we have headlined something different and kept the Red Scare?
No, there is no other good headline.
Dump Middle East and have more
Yeah,
ops in the
dumping
turn.
it, but
I
like,
guess
Red
we
Scare
did
got
get
us
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 value at Red Scare.
yeah, like Red Scare had great value. Just so happens they had 3-4-ops. Like,
Well, we had another 4-op. We just didn't use it. No, man, they had so many ops. They didn't have a single turn where they didn't, like, it was 3 ops and 4 ops only. Now, obviously -1, but
their Quagmire turn was like, that was a bad turn. When
no, I meant I meant the action rounds in the last one. Like, they didn't even have a single 2 to play.
no, like their turn 10 hand was a game-winning hand, even under Purge.
Okay, well, I'm stopping the recording and deleting it.